I didn't think you drank.
I'm not a big drinker, but I don't.
But when Dale's is available.
Hey, well, this will do.
Cheers, boys.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you. Unclicked podcast number 128. Something like that.
Imaginary. You haven't done a chug for a while either.
I know. I've been tired as hell. I got 2 kids now, and I'll get back into the chugging. I gotta get up. I gotta get up early every day.
Dad life.
Mm-hmm. Calvin Kosovich and Jay Rowe, though.
Dude, can I hear? I cannot.
Are you
hear.
on? Are we recording?
Check 1, 2, check.
All my stuff is
all right.
Sorry, I took everything apart. Put it back.
I can hear you guys coming.
Can you hear me?
I'm there. Yeah, there you are. There's
I
Fudger.
exist. All right, we'll turn everybody up. Turn my levels up.
But yeah, welcome, boys. Thanks for coming down.
Yeah,
Thanks
man.
for having us.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming across the world.
Yeah. A little bit of a flight. Happy to be back out here in SoCal. It's been a little while.
Nice. What brings you out here? Obviously.
Originally we had some trips planned that got pushed a little bit, so I'm grabbing the van, Kink van, who's been staying with Calvin for the last year or so.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I'm gonna grab the van, see the guys a bit, and make our way back to the East Coast for a bunch of Kink and cinema stuff coming up. May, June, July, gonna be a busy month on the road, filming different videos, different stuff. So bunch of plans for Kink on the East Coast. So grabbing the van and hightailing it across country.
And how sad are you about the Kink van going away?
You know what? I have been juggling 2 vans in LA, and I don't have a very good parking situation. So it's going to be nice to just have 1 van to worry about.
Yeah.
So,
Save yourself some money, huh?
Yeah.
You might
but
actually
it's been
grabbing
good.
that light where I forgot to move it back from the thumbnail. Sorry, I am scattered today. Just so it's kind of dead center in the table. It should just rotate. No, grab it.
But while Calvin's doing this, for everyone that doesn't know, Jay is the team manager of Kink, or are you brand manager? What's the correct word?
No, we'll go team manager,
Cool.
social media manager, marketing. It's
He's all
it's
of it.
small business. Everyone plays a bunch of different roles.
Mhm.
But I guess my job description at the moment would be team manager, social media manager.
And we realized kind of before the recording is that you've been doing that for 18 years.
I think this is year 18. I started in July 2006, June, July 2006. And here we are. Still going on.
Hell of a run since Safety First 2006.
Safety First was the icebreaker for for me, for the new Kink. We had a new team at the time. It's kind of like a revamp from the old gang. And it feels
It was
like
a full
yesterday.
revamp, right?
It's a full revamp.
I remember when that video came out, it was Chris Doyle and
shout out to Ian Monroe.
whole new cast of and a lot I wasn't familiar with a lot of the guys either when Safety First dropped and with
it
Kink.
was a new squad. Obviously we had some vets at the time, and then there were new guys coming up, and
it was as far as drama goes for switching it up, it was at that point it was crazy.
That was drama. Yeah. It was before I was there. So for anyone that doesn't know, there was Kink had a pretty solidified team from the late 90s into 2003-ish, 3 or 4. And the exact owner of Kink felt for whatever reason things needed to be changed or whatever. And the team just kind of got dropped overnight unexpectedly. I don't think it was very well received by anyone on the team at the time.
Yeah.
And you're 19 years old, correct? And you have to make these calls?
So this was before I worked there. So when me and my buddy Matt, who's actually he would be the brand manager now, we kind of were given the reins more or less about a year after that team thing went down. I started working there, and we were kind of given the reins more or less to bring it back, revamp it, give it another renaissance or whatever. And that's kind of exactly what we did, I think.
You did.
I brought Daryl on board immediately, and
Doyle
joined, and from there we just did what we thought would be cool to do for the next we're still doing it, still trying to do it.
Yeah.
That's epic to be 19 and be given this hey, we have this company that's super established. Make the sickest team you can.
It was
that is crazy.
It was crazy because that was my becoming a pro football player, that was what I wanted to do. So, and going on the props trip super early, 19 was the life goal. Mm-hmm. All of it happened real immediately.
Yeah.
That's sick.
So it was a really, really crazy time for me. And
I was always confused because Zach Phillips owns Kink,
right?
But he has been very much on like as far as like core BMX companies, he's been very much like in the shadows.
Yeah.
And
did we just cut out? We're back.
Sorry, yeah, that was the input. Yeah, sorry, that was just our headphones that cut out.
Blackout.
That he's been very much in the shadows, like, and not putting himself out there. Where you have like the Bonners and the Mullers and Robbie, and where they're so. Mixed in with the brand, where he's, he put a 19-year-old kid in effectively in charge. I mean, you just said his name, Matt. I was about to say Sam. I was like, that Sam was a previous TM, and I was like, that is definitely not the right person.
Matt's my age as well. He's born in 86 as well.
And his role is brand manager.
Yeah, I mean, at the moment, at this point in time, Matt's the doer of all. Yeah, he makes everything happen,
which is so crazy. Like, you think you have this, I mean, $1 million company, probably even back then or more. That's probably an ignorant statement, but like and you just like, all right, kids.
Kind of, yeah. I don't know if
it's strange to look at it like that.
People listening know Zach very well, then they would kind of know, but it's hard to explain. But all I can say is it was a lot of trust that he gave us at the time, and I'm eternally thankful for that forever, for Kink's sake and for my own personal sake. Yeah, but it's crazy. I mean, even now, just to think.
He knew though. There's something
I don't know
because he did such a perfect. He had to have though because he did such a good job first try, and still 20 years later you're doing it.
He always had good hires in Rochester. Rochester, New York was like pumping out just like historical people in the BMX industry that
like the twins.
Yeah, like the twins for sure. But even before that, people like Greg Walsh and Chris Riesenberger working for him forever, and it's just people that really made an impact in the industry were coming from this random city in New York. And then eventually when Matt started working there, and then I started working there, and that was really the new era that Zach I don't know if it was intentional on his part or what, but the reins were handed off. That's for sure. And
and then obviously we'll circle back because we have to talk about the cut. We're going to talk about Project X. We're going to talk about 30. We also have Calvin here.
We just can't leave Calvin hanging for too long. We got to bring him up.
I'm listening because I like this conversation.
Me too.
I want to know more about the brand and everything.
That's the hard part with this. It was just going to be a Calvin podcast. And then you said Jay's in town. We're like, hell yeah. Perfect. But it's hard because you both could be your own podcast. But we're going to figure it out.
It works. Yeah.
We got too much to talk about.
And then Calvin, you meet.
Everyone just talk at once.
The Calvin story is a good one.
Well, he's going to tell it.
Okay.
Which one do I tell?
I want to tell it.
Well, 10 years on Kink.
Yeah. I just realized just then when we were chatting, which is insane. I didn't know it was 10 years.
Yeah. I mean,
you're officially a veteran now too.
It flies by, dude.
Yeah.
When you're having fun and you're with good people too. That's the other thing. The team has changed a good amount, but it's still felt the same because he's holding it down. Like, he's making sure that the van is with the right people. And we all
seems
get
like
along.
You guys Kink has constantly changed since Safety First in a good way. When it's just like always evolving, it never stays one thing. And
I think you have to.
I think we've always looked forward to the future. Like I've always been not worried or concerned, but just thoughtful of like, I got to make sure we're going to be good in 3 years or in 5 years or whatever. I've always thought of the future. I've always thought we're going to be here for the long term, and we've always thought that way.
Yeah.
30 felt a little bit like Safety First. Obviously, way different style of riding, but it's a whole. You're filming the videos now, so new filmer, and then the team is.
It was
completely different than Safety First.
Change, it was a big change for everyone for sure. And we were nervous about it. Like Champagne was like, I call it Daryl's I think it was like a masterpiece.
That's his masterpiece.
Magnus Opus.
Yeah.
Magnus Opus.
That's it.
Champagne
and
is
Daryl
amazing.
obviously, took that moment to eventually like move on to whatever he's doing now. And like, I just really thought like, wow, that was a real special moment in time. That's going to be hard to get back just because that's how life works.
Yeah.
And certain things transpired when we talked about possibly doing video. And I was like, I think we're about to get that. I think we could get that moment back quick.
Yeah. Does it feel the same? Like, go ahead.
I was just going to say it's good to not just sit there and think about how great Champagne was and be like, we don't want to like undermine that video or make something not as good. And you're just like, no, we got this team. Let's go. Like you didn't wait too long.
Yeah. I mean, we were at first there was always a thought like, how can anyone, it's hard for anyone to top a video they just made. It won Nora Cup. Everyone was really happy with it. It's always hard to follow up.
Yeah.
But as a brand, you got to keep going.
You got to keep doing, you got to keep moving for sure. Yeah. And I mean, personally, I have full trust in not only the squad, but Calvin. more trust than
somehow
more trust than he might have himself. But
yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I mean, the ingredients were just there to do something like that. It was another moment in time again where I just saw things kind of like when it was around this time last year. We were out in LA, just kind of bullshitting about what's next, and we had a bunch of footage stacked up, and Nate did Staples Center, and I was there, and we were like, dude, I think like this is another video.
Is that the way?
Yeah, that's how it went down.
Dakota posted that Instagram thing today where it was like the double peg grind into the curve wall on that fence, and it was like, this is the clip that now I have to film a video part. So it sounds
the motivation.
Similar.
It was that 100%.
Yeah,
we were just. It happened to be that week. Calvin was like, you know, Calvin's always like a full length video guy. Let's do
one.
Yeah.
Why? Like we have a clip that's so good, a whole video needs to be revolved around.
So we didn't have that clip yet. We
didn't have it.
We had footage. Santi Laverde came out and smashed it.
Yeah.
His footage was from like a week and a half. So we're like, oh, I have this section all of a sudden. Nate always has like 2.5 parts ready. And we were like, well, he's going to be fine. And we had Jacob on a routine, so he was already stacking for like a frame promo.
Casey's been firing.
Those guys, him and Harrison. No issue. So we were like, we got all these kind of sections, like skeleton sections, and then might have been a day or two later, Staples Center, and I was just everyone had like the goosebumps.
Stamped it.
I had the feeling that from Nate's Hard 3 in Champaign here, I had that feeling. I couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm here, and I'm feeling that again. And then it was like, Cal, I think we had to.
I'm glad I got to live the Hard 3. I wish I could have.
It was the same.
To the
it was like that moment again. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
both of those are.
He's incredible. Dude.
He's incredible.
He really is. I mean, even just we went out and shot some.
Yeah,
you know, just some random stuff, and it's like it's not random.
It was absolutely savage.
It's incredible, like how
so calm and calculated, smooth.
I was just thinking on the way here, the thing that he just did. I don't think like the manual to gap to that grind. I can't picture it. Like
not
the gap
many people doing like he did a manual gap hanger. It wasn't like the biggest gap to hang, but it's still a manual to it, and it's like
still, and it's for like a sore day in the life.
Yeah,
so that's just like what he's. That's just what he's on right now.
Yeah, he's feeling good. He's ready to go into the next project, and that's the other thing. Already on to the next. It's been 5 weeks. We haven't filmed the clip, and you know we filmed the weekend before we put out the video. Squeeze it all the way to the end, but it's just like
he's on a really good one because he's gone through 2 video parts this year already, but he stayed healthy through them all.
Yeah,
like that's like and he's at his age that he's at, his wisdom and his skills and like being able to stay healthy and his family life is all good.
He's
like
confident.
It's a recipe. Yeah, like it's a good recipe.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's important too to put out a video like this and get back on the road kind of quickly.
I think so.
That's like some
because this video,
some Ian Morris advice actually.
This one wasn't is like a Champagne or Safety First. You guys banged this one out quick.
Yeah.
So you don't have to be like it's 25 minutes.
It was a quick one,
and it's really good.
Yeah.
And at that same time though, it's like it's almost like a building block of the next chapter.
Yeah.
We'll let it run while we're talking, just so
it's good to get a project out and then get everyone back together, motivated, stoked. Things don't just kind of fall flat, you know.
Yeah.
Let everyone build.
From Calvin, from your perspective, like it's been Daryl for a decade of Daryl, if not more. You know, was there pressure?
Whether they knew it or not, there was a lot of pressure for sure. Because it's like Daryl's the GOAT, dude. So I've looked up to him since day one. So it's like for him to even like call me and be like, "Hey, would you be able to take over my role?" That was like gnarly. I was like, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" And then Jay's like, you got to do it. Like, I'm like, all right, like, let's do it. And, you know, definitely tried to like stick with the formula for like the most part, you know, with the Daryl style filming and that. And then this video definitely was just me, how I film.
Yeah.
And it kind of went off a little bit, like just Super 8, you know, things like that. And just being a bit more raw, like with the filming. But we're going to get back to just like, you know, Kink on brand. But I think this was just like a little, just go out and just do something that's just, it was an organic / like we didn't force it. Like that was the thing. It was like
with the new filmer stuff, it was like we are comfortable and accepting of the fact that like Daryl's gone now.
Yeah.
And there's a new guy. Things are going to look different. Things are going to operate a little differently. And this project's a good example of that. Like without sacrificing the quality and effort we put into stuff, it does look different.
Yeah. Well, that's what I was, my first thought was like, no, you should do your style. And then you said on brand. And I'm like, I mean, you do have to. Brand does have its the way things have looked traditionally. And it's like, they are so tied in with the filmer.
Yes, exactly.
It's hard.
Yeah, you gotta balance it too, like, you know.
Yeah,
So,
it's a balance. Sometimes a tug of war.
Exactly.
But it's always been that way, I think.
Yeah.
Daryl struggled with it forever, figuring out what it is we want to see, what it is he wants to see, and how we come meet in the middle.
Yeah,
because he also created the image of Kink at the end of the day, like to what it got to, the champagne of the video, like just that look and everything. He built it into that. Yeah. So that was a decade of work. That's his life's work going into that. Create like his style and what Kink looks like. So it is a lot of pressure.
Yeah. And I feel like there's so much it's a departure in the way, because so much of this is California. Yeah. Or, Southwest. And then Kink has always been like Japan, Taiwan, and integrating this like wanderlust essentially BMX and integrating that travel bug and the shit we kind of grew up on that doesn't necessarily exist anymore. That makes, I think that stuff is what is, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, what a kid should be shooting for. Like, dude, I want to go aspirational. I want to travel the fucking world and grind a fucking ledge and then go see a bunch of wild shit and then grind another thing. Like that is like what it's all about. Not necessarily the NBDs as much.
Right. You guys were born here, right? In California. Yeah. So for me, this is traveling. The whole world wants to come to California.
Because you guys
the whole world does.
I don't know if we already said that on the podcast, but everything was just send the riders to you. Correct?
At the end of it,
kind of.
A couple Barcelona things.
A bunch. Yeah. Well, like Anahi and Anto were all Barca footage.
Yeah.
Because they don't have visas at the moment. Santi was a little, but mostly LA, but a little bit of Barcelona too. Yeah. And then, the rest was LA and maybe some scraps from Atlanta, maybe.
Some Vegas footage. And
it was unconventional.
We went north to, where were we? Fresno?
There's some random
Sessions tour stuff.
It was we saved some stuff from Sessions tour.
Yeah. It was the first video we've done,
but we didn't know we were doing a video at Sessions tour time. This is April last year, so it was more or less just like it really
April
happened.
Last year was the Kink Sessions.
Yeah, it would have been April, May ish,
something like that.
Yeah,
maybe June.
Oh, wow,
maybe last summer.
Fast turnaround for a
team
video.
We had those sections like
we had working. Stuff. We had enough stuff to be like, let's just get Casey, Harrison, Jacob finish, Nate, just keep going. Like Anthony, start sending me footage. Like it was kind of just like we had a meeting in October, realistically, and then we were chatting about like we're actually doing it. And then deadline was January, and then we pushed it forward to March.
Yeah, we sent we sent Casey and Harrison out twice.
Yeah.
And obviously Nate just never stopped. The Barcelona guys were chopping away. I filmed some Barca stuff. A bunch of the Barcelona locals actually helped us out a ton.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys.
Everybody out in Barcelona.
Jaume, everyone that helped out.
Thank you guys for real, because you guys
they came through a lot.
Yeah. Did you say Anto was having visa issues?
That's why Anto is having visa. Yeah, Zesta got denied, and
because all his footage is Barcelona.
Too. Maybe some France that Nico Bidet filmed, but.
And so let's circle back on you started riding for Kink and then but were you always a filmer too?
Yeah. I mean, that's what you do, right? Film your friends. That was before I was riding for any brands or anything. We were making videos like VX 1000, VX 2100, not the 1000, 2100. So I had a camera and then we'd just go out and film, and then made our first DVD back in Perth, and then made another one.
Is it Black and Blue? Is that what I'm doing?
It was called Let It Bleed. It was like stolen from a Rolling Stones album.
The first one.
Yes, that was the first one. And that was a VX video.
Second one was Still Bleeding, Black and Blue.
Yeah, so it was a follow-up with the same guys minus a couple of new arrivals who was like Callan Stibbert.
Yeah.
And he's the one who closed that video, which is like, to this day, like, everybody knows Callan after trying that fucking rail.
I'll plug your YouTube.
And the YouTube. Just posted that yesterday.
Yeah. Did it get flagged already? Did it get flagged or no? Or is it your footage?
My footage.
And so you sold it?
I haven't sold it.
Because at the publishing house, we did that rail thing, and it was like
they would take it.
I had to pull that whole segment. It got
really
like Viral Hog or something.
They can't take it from me. No.
Yeah.
But they said that. So I originally they tried to get Visha's footage, like the front angles, because I didn't post the front angles. I don't have it. I only have the side angles.
Oh, okay.
Maybe
so
it's the front angle.
The front angles are the ones that are.
That's what it is. Right. Yeah. So
that shit is so crazy.
They flagged it and pulled it.
Yeah, you can't. They won't let you have it.
That's insane.
You have to pay them or whatever. So like I had to pull that. It sucks. It sucks when you put a podcast out because it's like you just don't expect it, and then 10 days later it's been live, and then you just have to remove the entire segment.
My buddy just texted me yesterday from Perth, and he said, "How did you upload the footage? Isn't it bought or owned by somebody?" And I was like, "No."
Same thing. Yeah.
So I guess.
Yeah, it's probably. But if it's your side angle, if it's your footage,
the side angle is not. It's that front angle with the stairs. You can see the stairs.
Yeah.
So if you would like to use the side angle,
let's watch it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, shout out to Calvin Stiverts. I got all at the Colt premiere. I heard rumblings of a Calvin Stiverts section, and I was like, oh my god.
Oh yeah.
But we had a few clips, but I was like,
he's unreal.
The Colt footage. I heard that he saved a few things.
Oh, there is.
Ooh. Yeah. Oh yeah. He did like some stuff on like certain rails, and so I spoke to Troy, and he was like, "Yeah, we're saving that stuff for the next video part."
Yeah,
so
he does it right. He does it right. He'll go out and he'll do his part for. He's like, "That's a web video. This is a video part clip." Like he knows.
Yeah.
OG.
Tom White.
Yeah.
Style.
Yeah.
That video though is still bleeding black and blue. If anyone's looking to go back and watch some hardcore Australian street riding,
it's good shit.
It's online somewhere.
So you said the first Calvin story is
Yeah, so I wasn't familiar with Cal or anything happening out of Perth, to be honest.
No, it's a long way away.
And I think we were Interbike like 2011, 2012, and Mark from Strictly at the time was walking around handing out DVDs, like free DVDs, and he handed me a copy of Still Bleeding. And yeah, we went back to Long Beach. It might have been when we were living together, honestly.
Probably, yeah.
And just put it in, and Calvin. I knew Calvin made the video, and then his section is really good. And I was like, oh shit, this guy's like really doing it. I've always been attracted to like the filmer, rider, just I don't know, someone just hardcore.
Are you first section, Calvin?
No, I'm towards the end. Calvin's got last section. I think I'm right before.
I was just about it, and
I'm not actually sure. This is the bales and crashes.
So this is probably after.
Yeah, it's me.
I think you were on the set at the time. You just came to the States.
Me ripping a hole in my hand. Yeah, sounds about right.
We'll click around. We'll find it.
Yeah, it's not that long of a film. That's Callan's part there. There we go.
We're
in it.
It's just savage stuff. Like
very, this is 2011-ish, maybe. So, I was just figuring it out too.
So when was the first time you met him in person then, Jay? Did you sponsor him before?
You sent me to Mexico City.
That's
literally. Yeah, dude.
From Australia? Yeah. Holy shit. Yeah, so I guess
he said, meet us in Mexico City. I was like, okay. Just meeting the Kink team for the first time.
Say less.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know. I just hit him up and was like
that's insane. That's cool.
Yeah.
I liked what he was doing. And yeah, I love this video and his section. Just obviously like it's gnarly. And I guess we just met in Mexico City after that.
That's what but we were chatting it up and you were like sending me bikes and stuff. And yeah, it was pretty overwhelming, and also like the whole thing with the set, and that was a hard breakup too.
Yeah, Calvin was on the set at the time. I wasn't trying to ruffle any feathers, but
yeah, and yeah, Mark always looked after me and did the right thing. But it's it's tough. A new brand, he was trying to do it.
Well, in the end, I think it's also you have to make a decision for yourself, and it's made the correct one. You're still here 10 years later.
Yeah, I think early on you expressed interest too about coming to the States and like.
That was that was the other thing. Let's do this. That was a part of the deal too.
You were probably mainly in Perth at the time too, right? Were you traveling all over Australia yet? Or
I was going to Melbourne and Sydney. Okay, and I think that was a part of the deal.
Over lucky on a rail? You got to rewind that.
Oh, that's right. That's like, dangerous.
Oh, that's a timeless
Martinez.
Classic right there.
Martinez. Shout out to Corey.
Shout out to Corey. Did on the Dana Point double kinker. That shit's
dude. I was so I was hung over.
Such a steezy trick. Fuck, I've never seen anyone do it down a rail that big though.
Was that Dilward filming?
No, that was Callan.
Oh, that was Callan. Yeah, it looked like Dilward hairstyle. Yeah, big old fucking rails.
Big old grind, dude. Yeah.
Can you explain why there's so many rails that go to grass? Because they just don't exist. They don't exist in the States.
I don't know why, but it's always just a staple thing in Australia, isn't it?
Yeah.
They just don't lay cement everywhere, right? Like all the rails going to parks, and they're like, we don't need a cement pathway.
They don't need anything else. Yeah, let the grass grow.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything around here is just a giant cement slab.
Yeah, they're just cooking the earth, just cover it with concrete.
Yeah. They're like, we'll leave grass. Oh. BMXers are like, whack, saving the earth, not putting cement as a landing.
So Mexico City, and you could take your sweater off too. I feel like it's warm already, but if you're
getting spicy,
the cut, we can say the cut.
The cut BMX.
The cut BMX. We'll get to that.
The cut BMX, dude.
So
yeah, we did Mexico City at the time. Kink was entering like its transition from like the safety first era. At that point. We were like, towards the end of it ish. And we did Mexico City, and then you think came to the States shortly after. Kink helped out like sponsoring
visa stuff. Yeah.
So were you straight to like a work visa, and you wanted to be out here?
P1 athlete visa.
Oh, okay.
And then I've had that for ages. I've been getting new ones every 3 or 4 years, depending on the length of the contract that Jay gave me, which have been pretty good, like 3 or 4 year contracts. It's like, but it worked. Then you need to prove all that, so that's how I
forgot to do the hotline thing. Did I do it?
Hotline it up.
Yeah, go for it.
All right. Sorry. You guys talk. I'm going
to. Yeah. But yeah, that was the other thing. That was a part of the deal. I was like, if you can help me get away from plumbing and gas fitting and go film video parts like in America, like you're my in. Like I need an American company to sponsor me to do that. And the only like other people who had really done that were like Bowen and McKay and I was
gonna say
those are like contest guys.
Yeah, and like Red Bull and Vans and all this stuff for
big dogs.
Not many bike companies. Yeah. Like help out with visas.
It's kind of scary.
It seems like it's always like a big shoe company or an energy drink or this and that. Like for a bike company to step up and sponsor the visas.
And also the other thing, like Vans didn't want to do it. They were like, we don't touch that. Like,
okay.
So that was like, it's like corporate. It's too corporate. It's like confusing. And then like, I feel like, I don't know who McKay got his through. Probably like,
who knows at the time?
I don't know. Yeah.
Specialized.
But I think Bowen got his through Giant, and they just went like bang, green card, residency, like, paid for the whole thing, 9 yards. But like for just a person who's just filming video parts to come out and get a visa and shit, it wasn't really heard of. Like, they're like, just come out here and
just hearing about the amount of people that have the troubles of getting that visa.
It's not easy. You need to, you can go through all the paperwork. You got to do it right. And
you need Jay.
And you need a company.
8-year contract.
The hard part of that visa for sure.
Yeah.
What is the hard part?
Bureaucracy back in Australia, meetings and whatever the fuck you have to do to get that.
Yeah. The first one used lawyers, and then everyone after that I've done myself. And I've basically sent the paperwork to Zach to sign. He has to sign some paperwork and comes back, and I just send it in with all my evidence of like what I'm doing and has contracts and all that, and gets renewed. And sometimes I have to leave the States and then go to embassies outside. It's a bit of a process. Anybody who's not from here fully knows.
Yeah.
But I'm currently almost finishing up my residency, so I'll be basically like a US resident, but not a citizen.
You don't have to keep doing that.
Yeah, it's a 10-year thing, and then I can apply for citizenship or dual citizenship after 5 years.
Damn.
Yeah, I put the last bit of paperwork in and just got the notification that it's like all filed and in place.
Yeah, that's all.
It's like finally.
You've been doing that this last few months, yeah.
And I can't leave the US until I get my basically like a permit to just travel.
How far off is that?
Hopefully like 2 or 3 weeks.
Oh, sick.
By the sounds of things.
Then Jay's like, Kink's back international.
Yes, exactly. I can't wait though.
Yeah,
we're dealing with
Kink is very international. So this video is like, aside from the people that are already international, like it's different to have everybody just come into LA.
Yes,
which I like though. There's a whole
like I said, with Santi, we got Santi his visa as well. Because he's Colombian, lives in Spain, can't travel to the States just can't travel to the States without a visa. That's it. And we got a lawyer and did it all proper and got him like a B1, B2 visa sorted out. Yeah, sick. And now he's free to come and go as much as he wants for the next like 10 years.
A lot of people forget about that, why you don't see certain Europeans or wherever from different parts of the world, why they're not here in America filming, and it's like they can't.
Yeah. It's gotten a lot stricter. ESTAs have been getting denied left and right.
Who has?
ESTAs, like the thing you need as a European to travel to the States.
This is a tourist visa.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
they get denied for various reasons, and once you get denied, you're pretty much screwed.
You got to go to the embassy.
Felix hit me up the other day about getting a letter and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Felix doesn't have
he's doing his P1. Like
he's doing the proper. Yeah, he's doing the proper one.
Everybody out there who wants to get one, just do it.
But if do it with Google and stuff,
you're
it's like you go in for tourism.
Some people are like, yeah, it's a big. I mean, even getting like the fast track to go through the borderline in Mexico, I was too lazy to do it. Even though it makes going to Mexico takes hours off your travel time coming home. But I'm like, oh, 3 steps. So I can't imagine like having to do the real deal.
Summer before, Anto missed X Games because he couldn't get into the States.
Oh, wow.
He got an
They
X
denied
game.
him?
Yeah, Asta got denied. So he missed.
Well,
the
you guys notice Courage Adams has never been in an American
Courage is another one which I don't.
That's crazy.
I don't
Nigeria
fully
stuff,
understand that. Yeah,
I think he has trouble with visa because he gets invited to every single.
everyone. I don't understand why Red Bull hasn't figured that one out yet.
Seems
It must be hard.
Seems like a miss.
Red Bull fans taking their time.
If lawyers haven't figured it out, it's probably just not doable.
Something with because he's Nigerian and Spanish, it might make some weird.
He probably has to like transfer his citizenship to a different country, like Spain, where he's living now, and wait X amount of years before he can apply. Like it's probably something like it's just time.
It's got to be so complicated.
I bet you he's on ready close. It's got to be close by now because I've been hearing about
America. You know, like someone like that. Even like, dude, he's like a superstar in BMX.
He's gonna have a time of his life out here.
I know
all these spots, dude.
Yeah, I know
contests. Just like, oh my god.
But yeah, it's a bummer when that stuff actually impacts things. He can't come to the States right now. Just the visa stuff can be a bummer sometimes, but sometimes you just have to bite the bullet, sort it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's see how this goes. We're
getting calls.
Getting vibe. Here,
Fudger just put on the ourbmx Unclicked hotline. Le Trap Clothing. Oh shit, this is international. You're gonna be paying up the ass for this one.
Hello. Welcome.
How you doing?
What's up?
My question, big fan of the pod, but my question is for street sports, if you guys have any like unwritten or like written rules where you can't ride, like if there's like a church or like would you jump off a roof from a church, or if there's any unwritten rules about that? But yeah, that's my question.
That's a good question.
What's your name?
My name's Nick.
Nick, all right. Thank you, man.
Thanks, Nick.
Oh yeah, Nick.
That's a good question, bro.
That is a good one.
I'll leave you on. Until we're done answering.
All right, sweet, sounds good.
I would say the unwritten rule is like the ledge out the front of your house, Ryan. Like a single family, like a family home, you just don't touch it.
Yeah.
But an apartment complex with like 4 or more units, that's fair game.
Yeah.
What do you guys think?
That's fair. Maybe
But like,
I think that's fair.
Much love.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think
2 or more units.
2 or more. Yeah.
I think if it's anything in like you said, a single family where you know like they're gonna have to go repaint that ledge, you're gonna chip it up. But if it's like a rail, you just gotta put a little wax on, get in and out. Because I've done that a bunch.
Yeah, that's a really good question.
That is a good question.
I've definitely done wall rides on someone's house that was painted white, and I felt so bad. I'm like, I'm not doing that again. You know, like that was someone's house. Fuck. Like yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there. I mean, I have a crazy story with like Spreet where he tried to do a roof derail and it broke some tiles on the house off the roof, and the kid and like a little kid was there, like a 16-year-old, but we thought it was empty. Calls his mom that the house is being robbed. There's somebody on the roof.
Mm-hmm.
Just fucking up.
Come in.
People have to work so hard just to pay their bills, and then you add an extra bill. Like I'm not trying to do that to anyone.
Exactly. Yeah.
But I mean, like the tiles broke, and and I was like, I'm not running. Like there was a situation, and I was like, I'll pay. Like very early, I'm like, I'll pay.
Yeah, that's a good question because the more you think about it, it's like not really.
Well, yeah, I'm on, like he said, churches, and like in the US they don't pay taxes, so I'm gonna hit every church.
Churches are full go for me. Yeah, that's
one that's the best. They're the best.
People
during
are
the week
paying
too.
it all day long to those churches.
Wednesdays,
like giant corporate companies. Like
exactly.
Yeah. I just try not fuck anything up regardless. So
you try not to.
Try not to.
Yeah, like
try and leave everything as it lies, so that it doesn't make the less we fuck stuff up, the longer street riding. People won't be like, we need caps, we need this, we need that. If it's like they don't even know we were there, they don't got to worry about it.
I've definitely had an instance where I was out filming with Ty, and we went to a spot that was so low key that you just didn't want anything to go wrong with it or like it to get capped. So we hit the spot, repainted it, left it perfect, and nobody would ever know. And I think that's a good thing to do. Like, obviously, there's spots that aren't low key, and like, and it was like a kindergarten too. So it was like there's kids that would be using the rail. It was such a sick rail. It was like low. You can see it in shimmer. It's a blue run. You'll see it. Still, everybody's
What's
trying to find
the name of the school?
Not telling you. But if you want it, come up to LA. We can hit it. We just have to repaint it. But you do have to, show some respects and stuff. And then it allows other people to come to the spot and get their trick. It's not just about you. And
that's a thing to keep in mind. It's not blowing it for the people in the future. Like, be smart.
Save some.
Hang out in elementary school.
Be respectful. Like, be respectful for the BMX guys. I don't know about the property owners.
But that goes the whole way to the property owners too, though. Because if you're respectful to them, then they won't get pissed. Yeah. And even like being in a school, like don't let the janitors know on Monday that there was a bunch of people. Like don't leave, like trash, 40s and trash. And shit. Just grab it. Don't let anyone know you're there, because they come in and have to clean your shit up. Yeah, they're going to be complaining to the principal or whatever, and then all of a sudden there's going to be caps on your favorite ledge.
Yeah, exactly.
Good question.
Thank you.
Shit,
that was a great question.
Hotline is dope. 100% right now.
Yeah,
that's a good choice.
What is your? Each of you guys will watch both favorite sections from 30. Because I feel like I was all. If you ask me, it's like depends on the time of the day.
Yeah,
no, I'd say I mean, I love Nathan's part. I think it's just Nathan just really doing it, and then Harrison, just really creative.
I like people getting to see Harrison. Yeah, a lot of people being introduced to him for the first time.
I was gonna say Harrison.
Yeah,
and Anahi's stuff is like incredible.
Yes,
like that. As far as like
it's very
standout. Like did not know what I was gonna get. Like that was incredible. So but,
and having Project X back up Harrison and Anahi,
the timing worked.
Pretty good. Like
timing
boom
on point
for both the timing.
And I like Santi's part because this was just a special week. It was his first time in the States. First time really getting down, like filming for real.
And he's the sickest motherfucker.
And he just shredded. Yeah, he rides it all.
Just looking cool.
Yeah, this week too, he filmed his part basically for this video, and then we went to like triple challenge.
Yeah. I was gonna bring it up if you didn't. So
I love that shit.
Because obviously I filmed those, and I was like, God damn, I need to get a fucking one-handed table from him so bad, and I finally got it for the video.
It's just cool to think like he was out there at the triple challenge, like a couple days before he's like. I was doing a flare right there, but a couple days before he's in the streets, like doing Smith hard 180s.
This crank 180 is insane.
And he wrote all those.
He dives into this with so much confidence.
Yeah,
that's my favorite clip in his
part. Dude, you know what my favorite clip in his part is? Is that fence to downside whip.
Oh yeah.
Of course, that's your favorite. It's a banger, isn't it?
Love
no, it's not the last.
It's not. But it's just like. Oh, he's down whip, so insanely good.
I was gonna say when you asked what their favorite part is, it's like, well, it's got to be pretty obvious because you put your favorite part last.
I think it's like a given, like in a sense, like you kind of always, it's not best.
No,
the best part is last.
No, the whole project is in a position to complement everybody. God. So that clip is, I love that.
So raw, that fence just trampolining.
That was a good day.
Second to last.
Everyone just kind of did their part, and I'm super happy with it. I love these guys.
That's a wild move too.
You guys are family. Kink shows. There's not too many companies that are really families like that.
We already talked about it,
clipping
but
up
Dak in the foreground, like I
want to get that clip off Dak.
Is it okay?
He's got a clip. He's got a clip on his phone somewhere. But yeah, that was a good day. Santi actually requested that spot, which was really cool. He's like, where is this? And I was like, just down the road. Let's go check it out. So I love that. And then he was also like, we were both like, this should be your last clip. Yeah, I think last clip too.
Yeah.
I was like,
oh yeah, because it's after the nollie bar.
Yeah.
This clip.
Dude.
Harrison's very unique, man. He's got the East Coast cutty with with tricks too. It's a new hybrid style.
It is. Exactly.
I've watched this clip like 15 times. I do not get
his bars. Yeah, it's a weird thing to say, but he has like one of the best bar spins, which is insane. Like, saying that you're like, what? But really, he kind of is like changing the game with bar spins. Like he doesn't have to bunny hop. It's just like,
it's just there. It's just light and fluffy.
Yeah. He did it.
It's like if he's in the air, he can throw a bar spin. It doesn't matter what.
Yeah.
In Project X, he rides a similar slant rail. Why do you one up me?
I beat you.
Yeah.
We spoke about you at the spot. Don't worry.
You got to put your clip up now.
Yeah, right now.
I said also, I've been telling people for years that you iced it.
No, I just pegged it.
For years.
What are we talking about?
Go back to that out row
spot right there.
And Z was there that day.
Yeah.
He goes, no Calvin.
No.
He double pegged it. I was like, fuck.
I sort of went insane.
That's a sweet spot.
All my friends think you iced it.
Oh, well.
Keep it going.
Yeah, let's keep that rumor going.
Yeah, exactly.
He ice hearted it in 92.
Yeah.
And Tony Ennis thinks I did El Toro too. So he's
really.
Will argue.
I love how crazy rumors get
just
take it.
He's seen it.
I love that.
He saw it.
Tony.
He's got the clip.
He saw it. He's argued with
seen
me.
it, bro.
Like, you've done it.
Yeah.
God. I love Tony.
The best, dude.
Tony needs to be back on.
Yeah, get Tony back on.
It's been too long.
For
It
sure.
has been back on. Yeah, it has been before we ever filmed.
That was a living room unclicked.
Yeah, so he wrote a similar slant wall in Project X.
Yeah.
And I was like, do a bar. Because he does like one or two clips beforehand. I'm like, bar it. You can feel it. Because it was from the front. Because like the one thing with 30 is like I didn't get to see how it
front
worked.
It's something else.
It is insane.
He has a different
dude.
bar spin. Boyd has a similar one. They're like the only two people where it's like they don't need to bunny hop correctly. It's just like be in the air.
It's just there. Boom. Yeah.
He's dialed, man. Good kid too. Got a good head on his shoulders. Just super nice. If you don't know him, he's a good dude.
Yeah, it was cool to hear him talk in Project X a bit.
We just got the tire changer in the car right next to that spot.
Yeah.
Van's dialed in.
He's a special guy though.
Him and Casey are roommates?
No, they kind of grew up. They're just super good friends. They were roommates, but Casey's back in Austin now. And
when I was watching Project X, I was just thinking how cool it is because I know they're super close in one way or another. I don't know if they're roommates or whatnot, but like they're both blowing up at the same time. I could just picture like them afterwards, like looking at all these pros being like, dude, we're in fucking Europe together, doing what we love.
It's pretty sick.
I could feel that like without seeing those clips. Like I knew that.
And it was really cool for everyone on that trip to meet these guys together. They got like the package deal, which is always
how cool getting to do something like that with like one of your best friends.
A lot of guys didn't know either of them, and obviously they got a good chance to hang out with them over 10 days. So that was really cool. And they were shredding that trip. Mm-hmm. Especially Harrison. If you're not, a lot of them, maybe people, not everyone's super familiar with him. So once you see him, like, Jesus, who the fuck? How have I not seen this guy?
He's pretty new. He's an up and coming. I mean, as far as like being out there in the internet world in front of everyone's eyes.
No problem. All right, sorry.
East Coast through and through.
The audio will be for us only, so I can hear calls that come in because I realized I had the audio off.
He's East Coast, North Jersey.
How many tries?
Just fully.
A lot. Yeah. We'll have a BTS video coming out soon in the future, and we'll show a lot of these. Because that one, it was just me and him. Casey was not on the trip yet. I can't remember. Yeah. It was just me and him out. And I showed him the spot a few days before, and he was like, I think I can do it. I was like, I think you can do it too. Let's go there. But it was a real struggle because you can imagine overgrinding on the inside, on that side of the rail.
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense, right? Like, especially to us. Like, what?
Yeah.
He like made it make sense. It took him a while because he kept going over to the left constantly. And then to hold the rail after locking in the overgrind was like, you'd go too far to the right. It was really challenging. Like, and he stuck in there though. But
so he was falling back over the rail into the sand.
He kept going to the sand pit.
Makes sense.
Pit.
That's what I would think you would do.
And then if he like tried to roll it too hard to the right, you just slip off way too early.
You almost just have to like turn your brain off and huck it.
That's what
with that. Yeah, because it's like it makes my head hurt thinking about it.
Dude, but the bump though, that's what makes it like we don't do. We don't
do bumps into to a weird to overgrind in. You don't do overgrind on an inside curve either. Like
I would feel so bad doing that. He just made it work,
and it's made a banger happen.
He's the type of guy too. There's no run up that's too shitty.
Yeah,
there's nothing.
Loves a shitty run.
The Barcelona like wall smack to ice pick. You can just tell like his riding.
Yeah,
he's so at one with his bike.
Nate.
Control of song choice through the video.
Yeah. I'd say like for the most part, me and Nate were like on the same wavelength for these two songs. But for the rest of the film, I didn't really know the music for all the way up until the end. It was kind of hard. Like some songs were locked in, but and then obviously going and showing the riders to and being like, is this good for you? Like, does this make sense? Like Santi songs in Spanish, I'm like, is this like okay lyrically?
Yeah.
French song too. Is this okay lyrically? And it's like Parents' song and Anahi's song. It's like basically sing about the South and stuff. And I was like, that's kind of cool. Like, it kind of makes sense in some way. And then I think Santi's song is like saying like, if you smoke weed, you're gonna die. And I was like, fuck yeah. It's like a Tijuana band from like the 70s, like psych rock. It's just basically like.
How'd you find them?
Deep dive, and then I went into Narcos. It's like, just let's go to Narcos music.
Let's turn it.
Yeah, I was like looking for Colombian music. Turns out not
DJ
a whole
psych
lot.
rock song from the 70s.
It came through looking into the Narcos like series and then their archive, because their archive's awesome. The music's awesome from that.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, but they used that song for a split second. So yeah, grabbed it. So let's see if it'll work.
You're talking about the Netflix series.
Yeah, the Netflix series. Yeah, especially looking for like Spanish music. Like that's not something I do. So it was a bit of a tough one. And I wanted to do a Spanish song and a French song just to represent the world, like Kink and like the writers to be like, their homies are like, can sing along with it, you know?
Yeah.
Like that's sick. Like,
smoke weed, gonna die.
yeah.
It's really cool doing something for, especially like the Latin American crowd. There's so many riders.
Yeah, they're awesome,
that are
dude.
passionate and diehard about this stuff.
Yeah.
Being able to like do something like that, little like nod to them, and they get to see Santi like doing it big.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
They had a premiere. I'm not sure exactly what, if it was at a shop, but in Colombia. But Santi FaceTimed me, and I was hungover from the LA premiere, and they were just going for it, having the best night of their life. I was like, this is so sick. I spoke to like almost everybody at the party. He like handed the phone off everybody. And, like,
So sick.
yeah, it was really sick.
The
So
worldwide party just kept going.
yeah, it was cool.
And then, I mean,
What a great way to be at a party.
Yeah.
Just FaceTime, you could be like,
I was
on
in
your
bed.
like,
I was literally in
all right,
bed. I was like, oh, I'm done.
I'm present.
Yeah.
Still present.
This clip's amazing. One's-
On the new, we had Nathan on the news podcast in there.
we made him break that one down.
Yeah, talked about that one for a bit.
This one was late, right?
This was the last weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. There's 16 millimeter footage that didn't make the cut.
I couldn't.
I have all the footage now, and again, it'll go into BTS stuff and like.
Wait, so who break that down? Because you had for this, how many you're filming? Which angle? Who's got the 16 mil? There's already 3 angles of it.
Oh, of this one or the one before? This one.
This one, yeah.
Okay, so DeMarcus,
Okay,
perfectly filmed.
this is DeMarcus, right?
Yeah,
Wow,
like, nailed
well
it.
done, Demo.
And that's Mike. Like,
Mikey up.
yep. And then we have, I had an angle 16 millimeter from the other side, which came out pretty good. I shot it in 64 frames a second. So slow mo. Just ate up the roll.
So,
Burnt through it.
Last weekend.
Yeah.
so
But
everybody got their clip in there except for you.
yeah, so it made, no.
That's
It
a great
made
thing
it.
about
The LA premiere had the final, but I'd already sent it to Kink. It was done. And it was on their YouTube scheduled. I was like, I'm not fucking
that's funny.
changing this shit.
That's funny. Okay.
So Staples Center is 16 mil too. You guys don't know about that.
Oh,
But it's kind of makes it special.
There's like a director's cut.
Yes, and then we're going to expose this at some point.
That's cool.
Put it on the Kink channel.
That
and
clip
yeah.
is
Yeah.
sick. They're also sick, but that one's special. A fucking fence hop to Smith.
That's crazy.
Like that
We drove
is-
past it the other day too. Like, yeah, it's
That's not
Real
like the one
impressive.
that like Stricker jumped in back in the day or anything.
might be.
Yeah.
It
It's
actually
just
might
such a
be.
setup. Like a
Yeah.
hard fence hop, and then he like, oh man, that's I
Z
love
would
that
know.
shit.
He was there.
Then you would know.
Yeah.
Sorry to interrupt about the director's cut thing. We were
Yeah.
talking about that.
Oh,
Director's
just that basically that there's kind of
There's
a
some more.
secondary.
There's some just 16
Desired,
like
yeah.
There's things that like I was shooting 8 millimeter the whole time and just run out of time, and then I had this like half roll of 16 mil and you can't just like go develop it. It's expensive. You got to shoot it. So the last weekend I came down and shot it, handed it in on Monday. Thursday's the LA premiere. And I'm putting it in an hour before with Dave Fortman right next to me, going, "You're insane." And I was like, "I can't send this to Jay. Like, I can't send him this. Like, I just feel bad because like we're already on like trying to finish this thing last minute. I was meant to have it handed in like a week before technically, and I'm handing it on Monday, Tuesday. Like, a few days. But it is how it goes.
But the schedule is hard because it's scheduled. There's people waiting.
Yeah.
Like it's good to have a schedule, and it's also important to be flexible.
It would be nice if YouTube did give you that option to just like swap stuff out.
Yeah, I was like, no,
if
that
shit's not losing like the stats.
Yeah, because there's stuff where it's like, dude,
you get like a million view video, then all of a sudden you just put some fucked up on it. They won't let you do that. You could put something that's like you could do some crazy shit if you did that, like make this huge viral video, then put some weird subliminal message thing in it, like.
Yeah, they can't allow that.
Yeah, there could be some weird stuff going on.
I mean, you could do it in the beginning too.
Sure.
Like, I don't know.
Give you a little 10-minute timeline.
Yeah. So
because you can cut stuff later on.
You can cut stuff. You can cut and blur and like do certain things.
But there's no like take this out, put this in.
Yeah, no, you can't do that. You can't do things. You can't like replace it like that. So, but you can like remove audio and stuff, which is cool, which is super. I mean, crazy that you can do that. But,
good for podcasts.
It's very good. It's very valuable for podcasts, Dennis, as we all know.
Could only imagine.
You can fuck up in the editing, and then you still got another chance.
You want to catch some stuff? Sometimes you watch that first couple hours.
Get in there quick.
Or listen to the audio one because we never edit that one.
Really?
Nobody ever brings it up. Like, I don't know.
What's that on? Oh fuck! Everyone just watches podcasts on YouTube. Anyways,
I don't know.
Unless you're a big dog on Spotify or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do we go from here? 30.
I need a piss break.
Okay.
All right. This Unclicked podcast is brought to you by Source BMX. We're very grateful to have them as a sponsor for the podcast, and couldn't work any more organically.
Yeah. Huge shout out to Source. Been a supporter of ourbmx from the beginning, supporter of the podcast this year. They did kick off one of these new programs called Source Rewards. This is a brand new program that they have.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
You get money back for spending money.
Basically. And not even that. So you get points when you join. You get points when you spend money, of course, but you also get points for signing for the mailing list. You get points for your birthday.
Leave a review. Yeah. Easy points all over. Make a purchase. Refer friends. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Look at all that stuff.
So
genius. The Source guys are geniuses. They make it better and better to buy from them.
Yeah. And then so you can, this is how you spend those points. You can get hats, badges, socks. I got to tell you, those socks are the ones right there. They do somehow work. They are good socks. The Oxygen Thief Repair.
I love it. They have everything on here, all the products, and now they have basically like a frequent flyer miles thing.
It is like that.
It's like that, but for buying BMX shit.
Yep. So shout out to Source.
Wow, it's just like a frequent. You get the bronze, silver, gold package. Look at that.
Thank you to Source for all they do. We appreciate you guys, and back to the podcast.
Thank you, Source.
Dude, we're so good at this.
Good. Wardrobe change. We're back.
And they have after we take next break, we'll see what happens.
No more pee breaks. They're going to be naked. No shirts on the next one.
So 30 online release. No hard copies, right?
No hard copies yet. Know that we have. No. Yeah. We want to. Maybe we still will, but. Yeah, it just wasn't.
That model isn't really.
Yeah, like it's fun to do. Yeah. And basically, we would do it just to appease the BMX hard copy archive kid.
Yes, exactly. But, he was pressing us.
Yeah.
I know. I'm sorry, dude. We can do a bootleg copy for you, though.
Yeah, but we love the passion, though. Keep it up. Don't stop. But yeah, not this one.
Yeah.
We'll see, though.
Did you really make VHSs for Project X?
Yeah. If you pre-order one, you're going to get a VHS tape. They're available. Like, it's not a joke.
I saw it. I thought I was like, is it a joke or?
It's like a little collector's.
Is it like a dub over City Slickers? It'll work or something.
It'll work.
And did anyone pre-order them?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's been a couple.
Garrett said he's buying one.
Really?
Yeah. He said I'm getting that one.
That's dope.
Yeah.
But does any of these guys have a VHS player besides Trey Jones?
No, I think it's just like you can.
They got to go to Trey's house to watch it.
Yes, exactly.
He's the only person in the world with a VHS.
Like plus 30
old Biz's house.
It's cool. I saw it. I was like, no way.
I have a VHS player.
You do?
There you go.
That's good. In a box for Nora Cup stuff. Generally, like to get clips.
Yeah, you do need it. Yeah,
not so much anymore, but yeah, occasionally I'm like, dude, I need this fucking clip.
So, that's cool
for like presenter reels or something like so.
Yeah, also the VHS is almost also like a props homage
for sure.
Yeah.
Does it look different?
And why?
Have you watched one?
No.
I wonder if it looks different.
Well, I guess before we jump into that, what you also do something else? You own a bike shop.
I do, yes. I co-own a BMX shop in Barcelona, Spain, the Cut BMX.
And how long have you lived in Barcelona?
I've been in Barcelona since 2015.
Yeah.
I've had my visa sorted since, let's say 2016. So I've legally been there for that long, however long that is.
Would Calvin, when you describe Jay to people that don't know him, how do you describe him?
How do I describe Jay?
Yeah.
Well, I haven't had to describe Jay to anybody because everybody knows Jay, really. And Mum hasn't asked. I don't think Mum's ever asked. But the thing is, it's like everybody can just stalk everybody on social media too. But if I was
a little low key on there, though, I think.
But if I was to
I think though that Jay might know everyone that you know. In the BMX world, and you're saying like Mom hasn't asked because the family members don't care.
Yeah, everybody here, like Jay got me here, so everybody knows Jay.
That's a good point.
But I'll describe Jay as a driven young man with a insane passion for Kink BMX. Like it's awesome, and
I'll take that.
Yeah, like
You should.
you know, I think we've seen so many people come and go in brands, and like this guy's 18 years deep with Kink.
Yeah.
That's dedication. And I think that's awesome. We don't see that often. It goes with Matt too. Like, I don't know Matt well, but like just that alone is like very powerful like statement. Like 18 years with a brand and holding it strong.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Just, you know, on that level of things. And then also outside of Kink, passion just for BMX in general. Throwing a massive party basically with these guys, Project X. That's a huge road trip and a party and a filming experience.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen anymore, like on that scale. And I think, it's very impressive, dude. For real. Yeah.
Got to give shouts to my partner too, Pato Morales.
Pato.
He's the day-to-day at the Cut and really made the financial aspect of Project X was nearly impossible.
Mm-hmm.
And he pulled it off like I couldn't have pulled that.
How do you guys do something like that? Because the management.
Yeah, how do you do that?
So we opened the shop after like 2 years. The shop's doing okay. Like we're still in business. So we had like little extra money. A couple.
Just the way we're still in business.
Still in business.
They're killing it. Don't worry.
Pull that
Really?
a little bit closer since he's so close.
They're killing it.
The bank account isn't empty. We have some friends that are interested in like helping us do cool stuff. They know we're good for the dough if we need to pay it back. And yeah, just like my buddy Pato that does the shop with me, he's passionate too, super passionate about BMX and just making BMX grow, making BMX better. He's just got a lot of energy for it and a lot of passion for it. He wants to do it all. He's kind of gotten into the serious side of things, the industry side of things, like later in life. He's just a little older than me, and he's got like a lot of energy, to be honest, like a lot of good, productive energy that he's already doing. He hasn't gotten
the jaded energy yet.
So I think he's already doing a lot of good things quickly with the shop and the stuff that he's doing with the shop and Project X. I think he's going to do a lot more in the future. So
cool.
If you don't know him, roll through the Cut BMX. He's one of the guys in Barcelona. Good dude.
Hello, welcome.
Hello.
Project XO, keep going on that.
Hello.
Is Dennis sitting next to you?
Hey,
Yes, he is.
we're doing a Calvin and J Rowe podcast.
Oh yeah, I saw the story. So I got a question
Hell yeah.
for you, Dennis. How do you keep finding so many crazy ass spots and still doing these crazy ass tricks?
Yeah, good question.
That's true.
I really can't turn it off. Like everywhere I go, it's like another part of the hobby and part of life where every street, even the same street I've been down like 100 times, I'll look at the same thing and try and think of a trick. You know, if it's like something that's like almost looks like a spot. So it's like,
and you also have asshole friends that send you spots that like make it like, hey,
True.
well, that's great. No, that is great. I wish I had more of those. Like I love when I get the,
Let's see.
because even if they're too crazy or
Yeah.
weird, it's like, at least it's like something to go look at, and then you might see other things. But yeah, it's like it's almost just not as fun as riding, but it's like
the pastime.
Like I can go and ride if my knees messed up, go ride my e-bike around downtown for like 3 hours and have a blast. Like if I find one spot, it's worth it. It's like fishing, you know, and you don't find a spot, you're like, fuck, that was a huge waste of time.
It's always
But
fun.
you just need one.
Yeah.
You just need one. And then it's like, yeah.
Oh yeah. There's your answer.
And then one
You got a
more
question?
thing.
You
How
got
do you guys
you,
feel about what happened to Dakota? That
Ooh.
crazy to me.
Well, Calvin's one that lived it, so
I think.
Can you hear Calvin very well? You may.
Definitely. Absolutely horrific thing that Dakota's going through, but he's making like a really good recovery, and he's at PT every day. I spoke to him today, and he's just absolutely ripping. He's getting stronger and stronger, and I think like it just shows a lot about Dakota, like his drive that he has, like with spots and riding and everything his whole career. He's going to do the same thing with this injury, and he's going to get back on his bike. So
and we're going to do a podcast with Dakota next week too. So
that's awesome. I look forward to it.
Hell yeah!
Podcast while I work. It's awesome. I'm literally
that's awesome.
Try and make it go by a little quicker.
Yeah, we're trying to make them better and better. So thanks for calling in with the good podcast or the good question for the podcast, because we're working on it ourselves to make it better.
Right now.
Hell yeah! What part? Where do you live?
Arizona. Phoenix. I'm at this park called Union Hills.
Go Suns.
Sick. What's that?
It's called Foothills. I don't see no pros ride it, but it's actually a sick park. Y'all can do some crazy
Really?
Yeah, I want to come out to Arizona and ride all the parks. I've always just rode street and ditches, and there's a bunch of good parks. So keep that one in mind.
Thank you, bud. Thank you for calling.
Peace out. Thanks for the call.
Thanks, bro.
Peace.
Nice. Whoa, the hotline works. Live calls on
hotline is vibing.
Nobody has said anything rude.
They've been very
100%. 100%.
I have faith.
Yeah, it is. I literally put "be nice" at the bottom.
Yeah, of course. So, yeah.
I wanted to go back to Project X though, because, and this isn't me just saying it because you're in here. But seriously, if you haven't purchased it or rented it or whatever, do it, because
do it.
I watched it, and as it was going, I was bummed. Well, I was like 20 minutes in, and I was bummed it was going to end at a certain point. You know what I mean? Because I knew, I was like, oh, it's an hour and a half. And I even had some people say like, wow, it's an hour and a half. I haven't found time to watch it. And I was like, yeah, make sure you have time, because $10. Yeah. No, $10 is like, you get it. It's not just renting it, right?
Yeah, digital.
Yeah, you own it.
Yeah, you get it. $10.
Yeah.
And so it's amazing, and people can say it's like a Road Fools, but that's exactly what it is.
Well, that's
what we need.
Yeah,
you know,
it's so
homage.
I hope no one thinks that we don't know that. Like that.
I would hope so.
Yeah. Stated.
I hope it's pretty obvious.
It's said. Yeah.
Thank you, dude. I appreciate that, and I know Pato and like everyone involved does as well.
So over the years, a lot of people have been like, "Dude, we need another Road Fools. I could be so sick."
It felt. When did Road Fools end? Like, when did Road Fools end? What number?
16 or something. Rock and
Road Fools.
So whatever. This is Road Fools 17 or 18.
There was
the
18.
Kink Etnies one was like 18, and then Garrett did an 18, and I think it was it.
So let's say this is Road Fools 19. It literally feels like it was just a giant break, and then the one of the best Road Fools ever just came out.
I don't know how the Road Fools guys feel about that, to be honest. I haven't talked to them or like Stu, but
okay, sorry.
I hope they're not.
I mean, they should. I mean, you can't be mad about
hey, if you didn't pick it up for a decade, someone else is going to pick it back up.
Yeah, it was fully paying homage to these guys. Like
it's already like
the intro. The intro text was basically kind of tried to lay it out. Was like, we're using the blueprint laid by the generations before us to do this.
Yes, yeah.
As a watcher, I thank you. You know, if anyone, like I don't think any of the Road Fools guys will be bummed, because it's just they're not.
Yeah, I hope not. I mean, this stuff did so much for me and so many other people. That we just wanted to be able to give at least kids the opportunity to have that experience. Like maybe not everyone's into it, and that's fine, but at least now there's an opportunity to have it. Before it wasn't there.
Watch it if you haven't. If you're a BMXer, watch it.
Yeah, it was cool. It was cool getting to ride with everyone, everyone be together, different brands, different people coming together, it's different styles.
How does it like go from like something you guys say that would be cool for it to happen to actually
Pato?
Yeah.
He
like, what was his Staples Center moment? You know what I mean? Like
true. Yeah. Fuck. I mean, he just wants to do cool stuff, and so do I. But I'm harder to convince to do it, especially because like I'm trying to do cool stuff with Kink too. So
yeah.
Oh yeah. We'll come back.
Hotline.
This is I like this. It's kind of exciting.
Joey.
We may have to unplug it here.
But yeah, it's so good. So thank you for helping get that going.
What's up, Joey?
Hey.
Joey, don't let us down.
I want to ask Dennis about that exit ride.
Dude, we did that. We did the breakdown. Watch the breakdown video.
I was just trying to one up Parker Heath because he called it out, and I wanted to get there before because he likes X-Up guys to ride. So
are we gonna see more like X-Up tricks?
Huh?
You're gonna see more.
You're gonna see more
X-Up.
Oh, maybe if I can ever ride again. I'm just working on riding again. But yeah, definitely love X-Up rides. I wish I could X-Up grind, but they hurt my wrist because I do X-Ups the wrong way.
You do. That was what I was gonna say.
That's right.
Mention that.
Joey, speaking of X-Ups, what about Project X?
Yes.
Project X.
Have you seen it?
Have you seen it?
No. But
You gotta go to.
That's good news.
You got to go spend $10.
It's so good. We were just talking about it.
Be on a DVD.
You can buy a DVD for $20, or you can do a digital download for $10.
Or you just digital download and it goes to your email. You click it and you have the video forever.
What?
It's good though. You should watch it if you're into BMX. It sounds like you are. It sounds like you're at the skate park right now.
Yeah, but I think it's possible.
Yeah,
Let's get him. Let's
pull it together with your homies. A few of your homies. You can
all the
watch it
homies
together.
need to realize how good this is. Yeah, that's how you used to buy a props.
Yeah, dude. Remember we'd get the video and everybody sat down.
I just texted you.
Not everyone got props, but one kid did.
The rich homie got the props.
All right, thank you, Joey.
Later, Joey.
Thanks, bro.
Peace, man.
X-Up rides for life.
Later.
Hey, they're at the skate park. That's sick.
That is crazy though. That doing the X the wrong way on something that big, not the wrong way, but
The other way.
the other
You know
way.
what's funny is I wrote down that ledge too. He one up me on that one too.
Really?
Yeah.
But everyone said he nose manualed this whole time.
No.
Roger nose manual. I was like,
nosed it, yeah.
I've never seen him nose
These
manual. But
damn rumors.
Yeah. I just did everything just really straightforward. And
Yeah.
people didn't really
Love it though. Yeah. Love a classic ride.
No, going back to that though, Pato wants to do stuff. He wants to make BMX cool. He wants to keep having fun, do fun stuff for everyone.
And then we talked.
Project X TJ to Vancouver. I'm in.
Yeah, I mean the next idea is definitely on the.
You guys already got the next idea. That's Project X4.
TJ to Vancouver.
TJ to Vancouver, baby.
That's a gnarly one.
I'm jumping in.
You're on that one for
Hell
sure.
yeah. But dude,
West
how long
Coast.
was that trip you guys just did the Project X? It was like 10 days.
10 days. Yeah.
10 days? You could do that easy.
Yeah.
Keep moving.
It's doable.
'Cause you guys moved far on that
Yeah,
trip.
we went Barcelona to Berlin. Like it was.
That's a
Ooh,
real.
Yeah. TJ to Vancouver is actually really far.
I asked
to
you
like
a
ride the
text.
whole
It
time.
actually would be.
Yeah.
You don't have
Yeah.
the answer, but like how, like it costs a lot of money to do this.
It did.
So you had,
does.
I know Dig obviously jumped on, and then you had brands jump on. Like how does it make money? Does it
No.
like
No, that's interesting. That's people might wonder that stuff. Like it. No, it's not going to make any money. We're going to lose a little bit of money, but that was the plan. Like losing as little money as possible is the goal. It was like among many thme we are just passionate about traveling and riding BMX, and we had this odd opportunity to collect like 14 of the best riders, which is me and Pato in Barcelona. So we're like, let's do it. Like we have this weird opportunity. We think we can scrum the money together, and it's not going to bankrupt the shop. We don't think. It came close, but it's not. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, we just ran it knowing we're gonna lose a bit.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean,
it's
like
just the BMX way. Like,
Just gotta do it,
it's
man.
It's not a good idea. It doesn't make sense on paper, really. No
do
accountant would tell you to do it, but
yeah.
you do it.
So it was how many riders? 10 days.
It was like 10 days, maybe 11 days with travel. 24 people, 4 filmers, 24 people, 3 filmers, 2 photographers, 4 van drivers, 14 riders.
Wow.
It was supposed to be 15.
That's a lot. X amount of money.
No.
Hey, and that's why, like you're saying, it's not about making the money because that shit is epic.
Yeah,
priceless.
It's
priceless.
timeless.
Getting to do that
Yeah.
We've gone through a lot of stuff since
and document it.
financially, and it's like we don't regret it for a second. Like, it's
Yeah.
the BMX way. Like we started the shop to do that. We didn't start the shop to buy like a vacation house. That's not in the cards.
Exactly.
Doing a trip like this once in a while is in the cards, and that's why we started the shop in the first place. Like it would be irresponsible not to do crazy shit like that. But as a BMX rider, like
Hell yeah.
yeah, it's just what we're about for real. And like, especially now, another thing about it was, BMX is going through what it is, and a lot of people have a lot of negative things to say about BMX, honestly. And it's just like, we don't share those feelings at all. Like I don't agree with you. Pato doesn't agree. We live it every day. Like it's alive and well. Like here's the proof.
Agreed.
Yeah. Like it's that's been prevalent in the last couple of years as things have been more difficult, like just in the world, and that includes BMX too. And we just don't agree with that sentiment. And like, this is why this stuff's all possible. Like, people are putting out crazy videos, shops are putting out videos, brands are putting out videos, riders are putting out videos. Like,
when you're out there in the field, you feel it, you know what I mean? Like,
the people talking about that kind of stuff, they're not out there. They don't know. And I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Like, they just don't, they're just a little like they're lost in the sauce. Like,
yeah, exactly. You guys literally grind and ride your bikes to work. You grind things on the way to work, these guys. That's cool.
That's what Project
Barcelona shit's so another sick. Level of.
We wanted Project X.
If I was a full-on street rider, I'd live in Barcelona. Me too. Me too. It's the best.
It is the best. It is the best city.
When I went there last time, I was like, if I only rode street, I would just move to Barcelona. Yeah. Like, why the fuck not?
And anybody who hasn't been,
but that's the thing.
No matter how old, go as soon as possible.
People don't know about this.
Walk out of your apartment and ride.
You can ride out there.
Yeah, true.
The skate parks, like.
Still, all I'd want to ride is street.
Yeah.
Everybody's so stoked right now talking about Barcelona. That's how sick it is.
I've been for a long time.
You've never been?
No, I haven't been for a long time.
Let's go.
I feel like
Let's all go. Let's all
go. People are about, or we're there right now where they're kind of sick of Barcelona, hearing about it again, seeing about it again. Like, it's been a little too much the last couple of years.
Yeah.
But to be honest, like, the hype is real. Like, that's just all there is to it. Like, it's just fucking dope. And now the cut's there, and there's just tons of good riders there, and you can see all kinds of, honestly, like, interesting riders, some pros, like, all the time.
Do you know about the parallel thing?
Yeah. Actually,
we talked about that a couple times. Yeah, we don't know the real news.
That whole thing was interesting. It was a little blown out of proportion. Like, Parallel was like under risk of being like destroyed, not destroyed, reimagined, apartment complex, tearing it down, whatever. What they're doing right now is they took the stage out that you guys mentioned, and that's it. They're putting like a basketball court there. That's actually going to have some like, it's going to be a spot. They don't know they're building a spot, but it's like we've seen the plans, and it's going to be rideable. So it's not going anywhere.
Sweet.
It's still like the center. It's still like the spot in Barcelona.
Cool.
Love it or hate it. I know the haters are out there, the Parallel haters, but
it's a great place to hang out.
It's just like, if you know anything about having a scene, then you know, like, it's so important to have a place like that, whether you like to ride it or not or whatever. It just does so much for the BMX community, like locally and for kids.
Yeah.
It's a huge deal.
Having that spot to go to, and there's other riders there.
I think it means everything. Yeah.
It's a clubhouse.
And the shop's right across the street from Parallel. Like, couldn't be.
What?
That was the goal. Like, it needed a spot.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Barcelona didn't have a core BMX shop in the center of the city.
Like back in the day, the sick shop would be inside of the indoor skate park.
Yeah,
do it like super 2024, like
Incline Club.
Yeah. So there's always been a shop, a local shop.
Just move across the street from the sickest spot in Barcelona.
Yeah, there's been a shop that's been there forever, just on the outside of the city. But I mean, I don't want to start any drama, but it's just not what it doesn't represent really what we think the core of the Barcelona community is about. So it was just basically an opening for a BMX shop in Barcelona. We were like, someone's got to do it.
Yeah.
So
can you speak Spanish yet?
No. I mean, I survived. Like, I've lived there for a while. I survived fine. I can live, but for how long I've lived there, I should be able to speak it like really well, fluently, and I don't.
How long have you lived in Barcelona or Spain?
Since 2016. So
holy crap!
But you can listen to a conversation.
Yeah, I mean, I can listen to, depending on like the origin of the human. I can understand. I mean, I live there. I do survive there just fine. But it's a little embarrassing, like, for how long I've lived there. In any other city, I would be fluent in that language, but in Barcelona, you just don't need to speak Spanish. Like, even if you try to, they just speak back to you in English.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
It's a really interesting and unique city in that sense. Like,
well, it's a diverse city where
there's not many cities you can move to and not need to learn the language to survive. It's pretty weird.
Very international city.
Yeah.
Like 100%. A hub of people coming in and out and everyone speaks English all over Europe. So it's a touristy city. People come in for a little bit and go out. So they're,
Also, the more I learn and the more I understand, the more I don't I really enjoy being disconnected completely, and like I create my own reality around me. Like,
I've said this for so long that it's like you don't have to when you're alone in a different country, you hear other people talking. It's like,
I love it.
You are basically like in like a chamber. It's like where it's just white noise.
You don't hear anything. Let in. What you understand and what you allow yourself to understand.
Yeah, like, it's so funny you said that. I've never.
No, bro. That's one of the. A huge thing for me originally out there was like, it's so peaceful. Like just you're in your own world, and when you want to figure something out, you engage, and when you're not, it's just fucking background noise.
Yeah,
that's
so crazy.
Yeah, it is pretty crazy.
It's like more relaxing on your brain instead of having 10 different things that you're understanding coming in.
Oh, 100%.
You just sit at a dinner with a bunch of people and just be like, I'm going to make the cut better.
That's my life.
People yelling.
You only have you because, well, people speak English, but you're surrounded by people.
It's true. You know, my girlfriend is Venezuelan. She speaks Spanish. My life there is I hear Spanish a lot. And I really do get to like pick and choose my engagement.
You sent a few files. Should I do them in order in the number or no? Or is it just
I did number them in the order of the trip that the trip went.
Yeah, we'll start it then. So Barcelona.
Yeah, this was like day one outside the center. Joe Foley was a wild card.
Joe Foley.
People don't know about Joe Foley, and obviously they're going to learn about him a bit now. But he also has a BSD part coming out. That's really, really.
He's from the UK somewhere.
He's from the UK.
His accent is super heavy, and when he says
he's from Hull, if anyone knows Hull, I'm pretty sure.
When he says where he's from, he says where he's from in the beginning of this, but it sounds like he says Poland.
Yeah, no, he's from the UK. He spends a lot of time in Glasgow with the BSD crew.
Dragon.
Yeah, Dragon's wild dude he's from Osaka, is that the island?
Mm-hmm.
He lives on the island.
Not Osaka. Different one. God damn it, why can't I think of it?
I don't know. It's
my friend's from the same, or his grandparents from the same place.
He said there's no dogs on the island. When he was in Barcelona, he picked up a dog. He says first time he's held a dog.
The island, I'm pretty sure the island he's from Okinawa. Yeah, it's like, it's way away from Japan.
No, it's like out there.
It's like a Hawaii. It's like their Hawaii, I'm pretty sure. Like it isn't even...
Really? Right, so it's like more...
It's an island.
It's more east. Is it? Where would it be? Let's find it.
We're watching Project X. I'll pull up.
It's out there.
Wales and Okinawa.
The diversity of this project. Amazing. Love
it was
that.
important to get like clips like around like not clips, riders from like we wanted to get riders from every continent. We actually...
Yeah, I think you did.
We were going for South Africa, but didn't work out.
Yeah.
Murray was on the short list.
That's sick. So, I mean, for the people that haven't watched it yet, I mean, as we said, I'll shut up. I'm here.
So that's Okinawa, and then there's Tokyo, like mainland. That shit is far.
Yeah, it's out there.
It's south.
So he's super
Cool.
international.
Closer to Australia. Getting closer.
It is.
Yeah, going more south.
So in between, Philippines and Japan.
Yeah.
I mean, the mainland.
Yeah, Philippines.
And it's filled with islands.
It was a long flight. That's for sure.
Yeah. There's probably some jet lagged people on this trip.
Yeah. Because we kind of got right into it. I know Garrett was jet lagged.
The nice shirt you got on there, Gaza.
Yeah, we couldn't believe that shit when he wears our shirt.
He's a G.
Walsh said that he's like, I don't know if it was me, but Garrett was riding a ledge and I yelled, and that's how he broke his wrist. So was that like on the trip that he got hurt?
Yeah, he got hurt like
day one
or two.
Okay.
Like I think his wrist was hurt bad, and by like the middle of the trip, he had like rehab.
Yeah,
he was doing so much shit. I've never even seen people.
He's like
it up, and
he's like he could probably get like or be like a physical therapist. Like he's
it was really
he learned so much. It seems like with every injury.
Just to see him like operate like that, it's just really impressive. He's still.
But is it Corey's fault?
I don't know. I don't know if that was true or not.
Yeah. Love Simo.
I don't know.
It's funny.
He was just joking around
because like halfway through the video, I was like, there hasn't been a Simo clip yet, and I was like, where are the Simo clips? And then like just this like barrage of
soccer ball.
Yeah, they lost.
That's so funny. Yeah,
He's a special guy, Simo.
When he wants,
best, though. Yeah, he's just the best.
Yeah, you got to wait around to see it, but it's worth it.
Yeah, the quality, isn't it?
But I don't know if Corey was responsible for that. To be honest, I spent a lot of the sessions by the vans, making sure they didn't get broken into. Just guarding vans in
especially
Europe.
In Paris.
With all our passports and everything in them. I was like 1% to stay behind. But yeah, it was cool, man. I've actually never rode this spot, and I've been to. We've all probably been to that spot like 10 times.
Right? How do I mean, this is such a nerdy thing, but like Grant's filming fish at the beginning, and then Pete's filming fish at the end. Like, how does that happen?
Yeah, I mean,
it depends. Like at one point, Pete was shooting long and Grant was shooting fish, and then people both wanted to do fish stuff. I think they just switched.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it's like one in,
but
one out.
Grant's there, but then like
Pete's on the other side.
But then Pete was filming the last thing, and then there's Grant right there.
That's true.
Damn.
So
I got the old switcheroony.
yeah,
Honestly,
I always wonder, like, you know, because like usually there's order in that. Like,
to be honest,
film fish.
when going into this trip, I was like, yeah, this is gonna be pretty gnarly for the filmers. But on the trip, I was like, this is fucking heavy. Like they worked their asses off.
I'm sure.
Bad.
It was nonstop every day. It just escalated day after day. Like there wasn't a break. And they held it down.
They're always the hardest working people on trips because when
really
you get
are.
your clip, you chill, then you get all excited to get another clip after a few guys got their clips or women.
Yeah, it just
And then
to
that
back.
filmer never sat down, never drank water.
their day is completely different than everyone else's day on that trip.
Filmers
Yeah.
work the hardest.
And then you get home, and then you gotta log it, or not even home, the Airbnb or wherever you're at.
Yeah, we
You're
were
so
dumping footy
tired,
every night. Obviously,
sure.
we were backing it up 3 different times, and it was a lot.
Yep, you're really in it, but it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
Then you have the archive forever.
That's the thing too. You need the filmer with the passion just as much as the rest of the fucking
I always
team,
say that, you know,
that's getting harder to find too.
They painting their fish out.
I think it's coming back.
Getting
Though.
it?
I've had this like of friends and people that I'm around, like this revamp of people picking up cameras.
I hope so. Kids out
people
there,
are
like,
realizing
film,
that there's like, you don't have to be a pro bike rider, but you can live that lifestyle if you pick the camera
film,
up.
shoot
Yeah.
photos.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think people are seeing that again because of all the media, and all these companies need like an Instagram video for this. Like, I have friends that like don't really know how to film; they're just learning. But then like some company will hit them up, like, "Can you film our e-bike?" Blah blah blah, and like
you're talking about Blake.
Yeah,
you
we'll
can
do
say
it.
Blake.
Blake. But there's also
I mean,
There's a lot of people I've noticed that
it's
too.
incredible.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what I mean?
Blake, well, I'll pause so we can talk. But like, Blake did the Cole video, and I was like, holy shit, that was great. You know, like, and he's doing, and I see him do like the little commercial spots,
and he's
like,
getting good through doing that.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like with just
It's
like
nice.
trying.
Yeah.
He's like, I can't believe this company hit me up. I'm like, run it.
Run
It's
it.
just going to make you better, and then you
Of
move to
course.
the next thing.
run
But-
it, and then you can come back to the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
Get back on it, dude.
Yeah.
you've been on it.
We're
Shout out to
monetized.
you're monetized
We're
now, Calvin.
monetized.
Good
You
job.
made it.
I made it.
Congratulations.
I put
Yeah.
that for the news, but Calvin's channel is popping.
He made me get on it. He was like, just get your monetization just to throw videos up.
Yeah.
And this was like, what, last September last year or something?
Do the shorts
and-
thing too.
Yeah, the shorts thing.
He told me about that too, and I never did it. But he's right.
I don't know.
They don't really. I mean,
You tell-
this is
tell me
not,
more,
this is
tell
not
me
for
more.
consumption, but like, I mean, there are videos that like we've had success with some shorts, and it's like you get
Really?
subscribers, and it's like the money's crazy, like the money's whatever, but like you get subscribers,
just to
and it's
juice
like
the
it's
stats.
cool.
Let's
It's
just
cool to
get
just,
that
like-
shit popping. Then if
Because it's like
Yeah.
the
Well, your
full-
YouTube channel is literally popping with like
it's
the
doing
stuff
good for just
for
over
being
1,000
brand new.
subs.
For being brand new,
Brand
and like
new.
the stuff that you're putting out. You know, like if
little mix and match.
you got to keep
Yeah.
going because it takes a second for it to like become something. But
Yeah.
for having the amount of subscribers you have and like the content and the people watching it, it's like
It's doing good, especially like I was approved 8 or 9 days ago, and I put out 3 videos just like every 3 days, just keeping it going, see what happens.
and then you have all this stuff you never put out, but then eventually all the stuff that Kink doesn't want or need, then
It'll
you have
just be
there's a platform for
I
that.
have such an
And it's
archive. I don't even
Calvin
have to
and
get to
Kink.
that yet. I'm not even at Kink territory yet. Like I'm like I could go
Yeah,
so
yeah.
deep because it's like, dude, I've been filming for so long and I have all of it. Like since I was 16, 17.
Yeah,
It's
the,
like- it's
the
hard,
Sydney
though.
thing you put out was
Crazy.
so cool.
And that was
From
just
years
a
ago.
test look. The actual like
That was sick though.
yeah, but the actual one, I don't even know if it's not online. Me and Tony were trying to find it. Like Red Bull like took it down. But the actual story is like 12 minutes long and it's like really well done. Like Tony killed it because it's me and Tony together. And I just grabbed that. I was like, let me just throw this up there. And
The amount of shit that
unfortunately,
those corporate people don't take that you're like,
Yeah.
this was actually good, can
But-
go on your channel.
but I put a song in the front of it, Australian Crawl Reckless. So I can't monetize that. But that did like really well just people were just stoked to see it. And then Christian's mountain bike, I got the mountain bike guys came in
mountain bike
talking
money.
shit, dude. They talk shit.
About what?
Nah.
I didn't color grade the footage.
Oh, they're
Right.
like, it's like that.
BMXers don't care about that shit.
BMX is like,
Yeah, what color graded?
you're not filming with an iPhone. That's dope. Like, no way.
It's a different
You got a camera?
different market, but also like, yeah, I just want to see like, yeah, anybody come on the channel and talk some shit. I'll talk shit back. Great.
Yeah.
It's fun.
I mean,
yeah.
that's what I was going to show. Is like we have one that's like 3 million views, but it's
Oh,
like,
wow.
but it's like subscribers. I mean, that's cool, for like a fucking 18-second video or something like that. Yep. Like it's not nothing.
That's a short.
That's a short.
Oh wow.
So it's like it does. I mean,
you have it happen on Instagram, but Instagram the bonus is horrible.
We have 5 million views on shorts in the last year. So like
5 million. That's great.
5 million more than.
Yeah, and it's like, and we're pretty shit. And we're pretty.
YouTube is a giant platform. It's like we all know Instagram because it's like our little thing, our little part of the game. Yeah. But YouTube is like they're paying you.
They're really pushing.
They're actually
right now.
like if you have good shit that's gonna make people watch it, they're trying to pay you.
If you can dissect,
pretty weirdly
that
simple
stuff in like a good way, like it.
But it's hard.
It could do well.
Yeah,
it's like. You're killing it. You have like 280 subscribers. Like that shit's huge.
280, 209. No, I don't have no idea.
Really?
No, 200. Yeah, almost 300.
That shit's.
No, I mean it's
you've learned the game. You know the insides out. So when you told me to put shorts on, I'm like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to put a video out that's already hard enough.
But like you have Blake, and it's like
Blake's like, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to put this video out.
If you take that, where this is definitely a random episode at this point between the calls and all that stuff, but. You have this video and you have all these moments in the video that just like you're just taking what you did and just cut it up into 10 things, put a fucking title on it and a thumbnail that maybe works.
No, you're right.
Put in a fucking squash emoji and a knife or something like that. Like nobody even knows what they're clicking.
Could put anything on. Yeah.
Fucking.
I think with Callan's thumbnail for the video I put out the other day, I was going to put a football field there and be like, did he do the whole football field like grind? I was just like, you're a fucking idiot, Calvin. Don't ever think like that again. I was like, no, I can't.
This is the internal debate that we have with just normal videos. It's like,
but YouTube's goofy, so it's fun.
That's what it is.
That's what we were playing with it. Like
you're rewarded for doing that.
We were playing around, like just in the goofy fun shit was like blowing up, kind of.
In the sense too that you're delivering a good video, right?
Yeah, in a sense, yeah.
And it's like you put a lot of effort into it.
I think
if you do something, if you make a thumbnail that's like fucking corny or whatever, and it gets more people to click your good video that you put a bunch of energy into, it's not necessarily a bad thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, but it's hard to wrestle with that.
Yeah.
Like as like, hey, I just want to put like a fucking cool photo and be like, this is a good video. You should click it.
Please.
I put a bunch of effort into this.
The things you're stoked on the most never get that traction. We all know this. We've learned our lessons with Instagram. And then the thing that you just like
get
put
YouTube
it up.
popular, then it will.
Will it?
I think so.
We'll see.
Think about like the big guys on YouTube. Like once you get that YouTube traction, then people are watching their shit. So that's just the hard part is getting in.
He had it. Like, I mean,
I didn't.
Your channel was definitely always on my TV.
It was a baby channel though at the same time, but it was
you
like
didn't do it for that long.
No,
I told you had to do it for a year.
You got to just continue, huh? Yeah, because you were creating
anyways though, like
weekly too, right? That was the plan.
I was trying,
which is insane. So I'm just going into a hard drive and just putting up stuff.
That's why you got it.
I'm lucky, like I do have that, but also eventually I have to go. All right, like there is some revenue money coming from this. Let's spend it to like make something cool with somebody around LA or San Diego, Orange County. Like shoot something original and get it out there, and something that a brand doesn't have to like put their logo on. Just something I want to do, and I think that's the key at the end of it.
YouTube stuff definitely helps with just like us doing whatever we want to do, not being
I was wondering.
And so it's hard, and we talk about this all the time. Like my motivation the last few months has been pretty low, so it's hard to like get out and do stuff.
Yeah, because you're fucking making your dope house doper.
Yeah,
once you settle down in the house, you can go back to BMX.
New floors in here.
It's a nice studio.
It's a nice, the whole house,
beautiful home.
Yeah, not rich though, because I had to do it myself.
Hey,
I thought there was money in the fucking safe. Offset it, but apparently not. So for the people that didn't know,
before we end the YouTube
found a
tangent,
hidden floor safe and there was nothing in it. So
it's a cool safe that you can't use.
Yeah.
So before the end of the YouTube tangent, though, I was always wondered why. I think we talked about it the night where you got motivated to do the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
but how come brands don't
monetize,
like try and make their YouTube big so that can pay for trips?
Yeah, we're trying to do that.
Because you got all brands already. Most brands already have way bigger YouTube channels than like a single individual can ever imagine.
Yeah. I mean,
and if you monetize the music, you can make money. And if a video blows up, say you go on a trip and it turns into a 500,000 view trip, that a lot of brands' videos do that eventually, and then boom, that pays for the trip.
We were monetizing early, but it was relatively insignificant. And I don't know, can't speak for other brands, but Kink has had like a weird thing.
Yeah,
we can't get eligible for
We're trying to hack into it now and figure it out.
It's probably because most of your videos are not are using copyrighted material.
That's what I.
Is that what it is?
That's 100% it.
Because so
you have to delete or archive videos in order, and so
that's not going to happen.
Yeah, I mean that's
or you start doing it for a long time, and then eventually after using cleared music. So at your point, I mean, honestly, at this point, Kink is fucked. In that realm, but
that makes more sense now.
Because your certain percentage. I think because we even potentially had a problem for a certain feature or something, and it was like I went through, and because we were doing a lot of those user videos and stuff like that, like I didn't delete them, but I was just like I got super conscious of it, and it wasn't like a super necessary feature, but just had to be like, all right, we're not doing this anymore, and like. We've had shit where it's like we hosted the Colony full-length video and a music label just comments. Like it's some dude that he comments, he's like, you have 48 hours to respond. Otherwise, I'm issuing a copyright strike. And a copyright strike is literally 3 strikes. Your channel is deleted, essentially.
Wow.
And so, and he wrestled them out of a few $1,000s for a single song.
Really?
And it was like...
Got the money though, didn't he?
He got the money. And so what he does is he doesn't say you can't use the song, but he's in the copyright ID. He gets the notification that, hey, this video used your song. And then he goes and plays hardball and gets thousands of dollars.
Easy money for
I know
him.
back in the day too, like when we were monetizing
it's a good scam, honestly, that he has got going
when
on.
When he stop making music,
not even saying he shouldn't do that. Like that's the game.
That's
like, using it for free, and you thought you got away with it. No, you didn't.
But now YouTube just allows it as long as the artist has allowed that usage, and they get the monetization.
So the music industry figured out a good way to get theirs.
He says you can.
Oh no,
no, you're a brand. Like there's no issue on the YouTube side. But like, hey, if you're a brand, you're a company selling stuff, and using my stuff, and then you owe me thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a good scam. Like
great one.
Yeah, I know before, like it wasn't worth using cleared music to make that little bit of money. We were like, well, we'd just make our own video.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like having a YouTube channel,
it's probably realistically still the same. Because I say like, oh, if it gets this amount of views, whatever, like that's good for an individual. But as far as going towards a trip for sacrificing getting to use good music,
the only context I can add is that like I asked Panza, I was like, why do you use like normal music and not cleared music? And he's basically said that he's on the fringe of his content kind of getting demonetized anyways. Okay. So he thinks that the videos, he's building his brand, him essentially, and using proper music, cool music elevates his videos and it benefits him in the end.
Then he has products to sell. Stuff. Yeah.
And so it's like, I kind of see that from a project looking in, but then you see like Epically Latered or honestly, Thrasher. Yeah. Thrasher is the example. We had Gregson on here. Thrasher does not use copyrighted music at all. Okay. They only use cleared music.
Wow.
And so they'll pay for it. Here, we got a call.
Oh, yeah. Call from 805.
Zach Phillips.
To accept, press 1.
Keep your fucking name out my mouth.
Are you Zach Phillips?
I wish I was, no. I have a question for Kink BMX.
Yeah.
They are here.
Yes. So I have a first-gen Kink Empire frame made by Spooky Cycles.
All right.
And I got a great story about this bike and how it was impounded by police and how I got it back.
What?
You won't believe it. I can't remember.
You got to keep it. You have to keep it under 90 seconds, though.
Yeah, this is good. You
so
let this roll.
Stole a bottle of whiskey. Got hit by
a
car riding away.
Hit.
They impounded my bike. The way I got it back is I needed a letterhead because they couldn't stamp the dropouts back then.
Oh yeah.
So it had no serial numbers. Not registered. Thought it was stolen. Zach sent a fax with a Kink sticker as a letterhead.
Oh my God.
Handwritten note saying they could not stamp the dropouts because whatever stamp, the dropouts were harder than the stamps, could not put numbers in it. And I had to go before a judge
Give me my empire.
Being made by, Zach at Kink over there in New York to get my bike out of impound that had been impounded for 30 days because they thought it was.
Wow. Hell yeah. So it sounds like Zach came in clutch for you.
Wow.
Oh, he definitely did. And I wish I still had that fax. I asked my mom if she still had that fax because I was 17 years old. I was all, where's
stealing a bottle of whiskey at 17?
Logo on it.
Love that.
How you got to get it.
No, saying that they don't stamp the dropouts. There's no serial numbers on their frames. So.
Hey, that's amazing, bro.
That's what's up.
That's sick.
And then you've been a Kink lifer ever since because Zach stepped up for you.
Yeah, he definitely did, and I still have that bike, and I'm ready to rebuild it.
Oh yeah, that bike ain't gonna break either, so don't worry about that.
Yeah, it's solid.
First gen Kink Empire frame.
That's what's up. Thank you, Zach.
Dude, hell yeah.
Take care.
Have a good one.
You too.
Everyone's so well behaved.
That was
I know. There hasn't been a single cuss word on there yet.
Yeah. What the hell?
It's really cool.
Faith.
Project X.
1996, stealing a bottle of whiskey.
I know.
That his night probably was going to be sick. Then he got his bike impounded, went to juvie.
Oh yeah. So should we say Project X or Thrasher? What do you want to do? The Thrasher uses cleared music because they got in a whole bunch of fucking trouble. I think they have like
real trouble.
2 strikes.
Yeah.
If
they're on the edge.
Yeah, if they get another one, they're fucked. And so it's like any brand deals, anything you see, they pay for the music or it's cleared music.
Yeah,
so it's like one dude that they just use all the time. So if you listen to their shit, it's like fucking just thrash metal all the time.
Yeah,
like it's like kind of the same vibe and a lot of stuff. So
they got to those like goals level of where anything they drop
so much
is gonna
money.
just bust.
Insane.
Anything like if hopefully RBMX or someone becomes like a media outlet where like how the Come Up used to be or where Thrasher is now, where if you put it on that channel, it's going to get seen. It's so good for industries. Like,
I mean, that's
mountain bike, I think has Pink Bike or something. Like every industry. It sucks because Ride was that, you know, but
that's the thing is
you had to
that,
restart
like,
however many years ago.
We did the thing that like, there's like some kid that was bullied by a bunch of fucking action sports people. And he's like, I'm going to grow up and I'm going to fuck him. And they like killed the whole suite of titles. You know,
all the things you guys worked for.
He killed Transworld Skate, Transworld Snow, he killed Surf, like he killed Surfer. Like they're all shells of what they used to be. And it's like,
we need to find this guy who did it. Gotta find him, dude.
Investment capitalist.
Sucks.
Something like that. So,
but you know what? To great new things.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It is what it is. So.
Exactly.
We don't stop.
Exactly.
We don't stop.
Just made the lifers come to shine.
Yep.
Oh, we're back on Project X.
We're back on Project X.
Harry.
So yeah, I don't know. Fuck, if you guys haven't seen this video, it's awesome. And hopefully you just get stoked to ride BMX and travel with your friends. Kind of the main idea behind it.
I mean,
Mickey seems so sick. I already thought he was sick, and then after seeing this, you're like, dude, he seems like the coolest.
He's got a huge personality and just kind of like the type of guy people like to be around.
He seems so fucking cool.
He's a savage on a bike.
But when you watch this whole thing too, he like never slams really. Like he's so good.
He's
like,
savage, but
is that Pato right there?
Yeah.
When you watch his video parts, you think he'd like eat shit a lot more, but he seems like he pulls like everything.
A little bit of both.
Jay's like, yeah, he eat shit.
He opened his shin up so bad on the.
I did say, yeah.
It was really gnarly.
I guess the approach to it like was obviously props road fools. Was there any like variation and update of it, or is it just like is that just a thing that is like, how can you improve on something better?
It was more like, how do we make this better? But that was like, we wanted to do that. Like it was that we wanted to recreate.
Yeah.
Like as simple as this is, it's a bit lost in these days. So yeah, it was just like, we don't need to overthink it, I guess. Like the idea was like classic Trip, just obviously on a little bit of a bigger scale. But yeah, I mean, one of the main things was just like just make it look like bike BMX is super fun. Like, just try to show it authentically.
Show how fun the trip is, not just the riding.
Just like
it's like riding, interview, riding.
Yeah, I mean, I would say we also thought, we don't want to copy them too much, but it's like, well, they didn't make it up either. Like it was just like a road trip. I think it was what Road Rules was based off of, like the MTV stuff.
Oh yeah.
And we're like, we just want to really just like put it out there again.
Yeah.
Have it available for people to do. Have that style of video.
Yeah. Do you think? I don't know. It's so hard because it's like, we had the kid at the skate park, and he's like, Project X. He's like, I saw the trailer.
Exactly, like,
and it's like...
we know for a fact, like, the let's say plus 30 crowd, like, home run. No question about it.
Yeah.
Stoked. Yeah. But, what I'm interested in is to see if like, younger people, 25 and under, even care. If it's just too long, or if they get it, or if it looks boring to them, or...
Yeah,
that reaction, I don't know what it's been yet, and that'll be kind of interesting to like dive into that a little bit and see if we can once we can kind of maybe get some numbers and stats on things. Like, because I mean, we know for the older crowd, like this is right up their alley. Like that's, but
nostalgia is there.
But
sure.
but the idea was to provide that for the older crowd, but also for the younger crowd to show them like this is a thing. And hopefully, I think it's going to be a slow burn, especially for the younger crowd. They might be watching it in like 5 or 6 months from now after it slowly.
Yeah.
But it's there if they want to find it, or if they find it. Like that was the point,
I wonder, like when you guys put it online, do you guys put it on as a full project, or you put it on days? What do you do?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think in this case,
I say never put it out. Like, just let people keep going. Like
do the next
talk.
one.
I think like it just got put out, and like the talk of it is so big, and it's like it's you guys put so much into it, and it's so valuable for what it is.
Yeah, I think it's going to be
putting it out because maybe these people think it's just going to come out.
Yeah,
so they're just waiting for it to be free. And it's like,
I think it's going to be a slow burn too with it. Like,
just let them keep.
It should. Yeah,
people are still finding out what it like. News doesn't travel as fast as you think it does. Especially
No,
like,
exactly.
With kids and social media, like it's gonna take a second, but we've been stoked with the response so far, honestly.
Yeah. With the name.
The name.
We didn't really figure.
Did we didn't? Oh yeah, we talked about.
We talked about this before we even got to my house.
Yeah, the name Project X was completely unintentional. I wrote up the original like idea, like pitch for this whole trip.
Did it just say Road Fools?
No, it just said
Road Fools 20.
It's kind of like Road Fools.
It's kind of like Road Fools. That didn't have a name. It didn't have Road Fools in the name. It said Project X.
But no Chris Rock.
No Chris Rock. But yeah, no, honestly, it was originally just like a placeholder for the trip idea. It was like for this, and I just called it Project X until we had a name. And towards the end of talking about it all summer, we didn't have a name that we really were stoked on, and we just kept it. Like, this works. We can make this work. It's kind of cool. We justified it in every way possible. Like, it's a big party on the road, like the fucking movie, whatever.
I just thought it made it seem like a secret. Like it was like, you're not supposed to know.
Yeah.
Like this is.
I mean, to be honest,
shooting a monkey.
To be totally
space.
honest, the Dig guys like sold us on it because I think me and Pat were like, that's fucking pretty lame name. But
it's just hard to continue. Project X2.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Project X2.
XX.
XI.
There's like a 1 on some of the
Roman numerals.
Some of the social media assets. It says like Project X1.
Oh, really?
So maybe I know Will like
that shit's gonna be a box set. Trust me, it's gonna be like 10 of them.
Right?
Every year, 10 years from now.
I hope there's another one.
Watch it, box set.
I hope so.
Yeah,
it is cool. And for the people that haven't watched yet, literally, I mean, me watching an hour and a half video is kind of hard, and I made it like 40 or 50 minutes in, and I had to do something, and I was like, and I really didn't want to. I did not want to stop watching it. And it really is. It truly is great. Like it's cool.
Yeah,
and
I'm glad it resonated.
Yeah,
with you
the
guys.
writing is incredible. Like it's
there's a lot of amazing writing.
Yeah, shout out to Peter Adam.
Shout out to Peter Adam.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Peter, legend,
absolute legend.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, icon behind the camera and the computer, because this was a beast. Like I said, there was 3 different filmers, various amounts of cameras being used, and Pete edited it solo. So
I was quizzing him on the way down about it. I was like, how did Peter handle this shit? Because I'm thinking, dude, this is a lot. Insane. Like 3 different filmers and different hard drives coming to your table, and then you don't remember everything you film. You literally have to go through everything individually.
And you have no idea what the other two filmers film.
Like you do have...
They could be filming a fucking... Some dude eat a Snickers bar and he just eats it. You gotta go
find it.
there.
You gotta go find it.
Yeah.
And you don't even know what you're finding. You just have to look at everything and then just decide and choose, I want to use that.
What was the turnaround time from the finish trip to Peter having you a full video?
Well, yeah, that's part of where maybe Peter got a little stressed at the end because he really held it together. Like there was a lot to go through, and he didn't lose his shit. But it did go on a little.
Seems
longer
like
than
fast,
expected.
but it seems fast still though.
The trip wrapped up
when you really
October,
think about what he did.
The trip wrapped up October 12th or 13th, let's say, and it was supposed to be out in like February, I think, but would have came out mid-April or March.
Yeah, you said February 15th or something.
Yeah, that was
Swamp Fest.
That was the original. So it did get pushed, but it was relatively fast. He could have finished it faster if he needed to. But
because when you think about like the amount of work that is, like,
he felt like he's still on.
Each day could take a month.
He just finished the trip. We all got off that trip.
He knows that trip better than anyone.
He's still on that trip now, dude.
And the trip itself was hardcore. Like it was intense. So to really do that trip and then dive into it for as long as he did. Yeah, no, all the respect to Pete for real. Like we need,
because everybody else went home and he had to go home.
Still has social assets to break down like too.
Pete and
still going.
He did a great job.
It never ends. It never ends. Yeah. He's
social assets.
Keep going. Going.
So go watch it. Go watch 30.
Pete, we need another social asset.
Watch 30 first for free, and you're gonna get really hyped. And just BMX is sick. What else do they got?
30's amazing. 30 it really is amazing.
Then you go watch Project X, and then
that's exactly it.
Dennis's video top off.
Dennis coming through with the heat, bro.
Hell yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Savage. That hanger on the hubber was crazy.
Yeah. Underappreciated clip for
That's
sure.
so scary, dude.
Cheers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one I was like, Zach, I know that was like sick in real life. I was like, I think that should be before like the nollie hanger and a lot of stuff just because in the video, but he's like, nope, that clip's sick. And I was like, all right, whatever.
I love that clip. I think it's a standout.
It's cool though because
big piece for Kramus too.
Kramus, dude.
Yeah, he killed it.
Yeah.
He really did.
He's the man.
He's nice
that
with
dude's
him.
cool as fuck. Yeah, that was my first, like, obviously I knew him a little bit getting out on Odyssey and little things here and there.
We got to travel with him a bit when he was working with you guys for Ride.
Yeah. He is cool as hell.
Yeah, he's awesome.
Cool. He's another good dude.
Yeah.
Around.
And that same, like, the dude who, you're talking about, some people talk shit on what's going on, blah, 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 on BMX, but he's like really there on the ground floor.
Yeah,
he's
he loves the shit.
He's in it, dude. Yeah.
Hanging out with him and Scott, you're like, this couldn't get any better. Like,
it's a good team right there.
Let's fucking hop this fence and hang out in this school all day.
Yeah.
And they're just as down.
Let's
and it's
see what happens.
Fun. And then you leave at sunset like, woo, see you guys next weekend. Like, fuck, it's fun. Those two are dream team.
Yeah, those guys
like you guys,
together.
like Kink, like that Odyssey shit's so cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the act of actually riding bikes and being out in the world.
Do a Smith grind.
Yeah.
Just do a Smith
That's
grind.
what makes you.
Yeah.
But wax the ledge or you flip over the bars and hate BMX. Unless you got metal pegs. But I Smith grinded the ledge in New York when I first went, when I was super young on a Nike trip, just learning the fundamentals, the basics, and I hauling ass Smith grinded the ledge.
Oh, God.
I was like, fuck Smith grinds. So wax it.
Wax it.
Be careful.
30 Project X. I think Project X is a little too recent, like as far as outlook on full lengths and somebody, I mean, you've spearheaded 8, 10 full lengths. I have no idea.
It's a lot now.
No, not that many, but a bunch.
Yeah.
And then so much in between, like jet lagged and stuff. Do you consider those full lengths? You're like, so much shit you've done. You've done so much shit.
Intervention,
a bunch of good projects. A lot of good
intervention. That's a cool thing with the Kink. Like, with Champagne, you don't have to worry about one upping it because now this 30 is another staple. Like Intervention, you're probably not trying to one up. What was before Intervention?
Squash it.
Yeah.
Squash it.
I'd say those are pretty similar.
Squash it.
Like epicness.
And Intervention was an online release too.
Yeah, that was like the beginning of. Oh, we're not going to put out a DVD like this time.
It was like a YouTube premiere. I remember that.
We made
that was a very
DVDs or something.
New thing. So
but a bunch of projects, full lengths. I mean, full lengths are great. Every brand wants to be doing one. Every rider wants to be filming for one.
Yeah,
it's not exactly like
you have a short window to take advantage of it with the right team because everybody's driven at one point and then it just sometimes doesn't work out.
For sure, it's important.
You have one moment and just do it. If you're a team manager or somebody out there, If you see a moment, just go for it because you can never recreate it.
It takes someone to crack the whip.
And that too.
It takes whip cracking and it takes
because there's
timing.
In the beginning, oh yeah, we're all going to do this, have the sickest parts ever. And then once you get 3 trips in, you're like, this is getting hard. Everyone says that same thing, like, oh shit, we got 2 minutes of footage.
And there's also like,
that's easy. There's getting 5 minutes of footage. That's fucking
leaders.
Hard.
There's leaders within this shit with pro bike riders. Like Nathan, yourself. You see those guys lead and we all follow. We're like, we want to do that shit too.
It's motivating.
That's what you need. You need people like Nathan.
Because it's real easy on that third trip to start being like, I got enough shit.
Let's
but you see Nathan still looking at fucking this and that. You're like, well, I got to do this thing.
Yeah.
It's so true. Like someone that's kind of like.
Dakota's the same.
Do you
with
see
golf, dude.
So many of those guys.
You follow Dak into the trenches and you go. Like, that's sick. Like,
Doyle and safety first. Like, you know, like you have to have that guy who's like, people can look at. I got to keep going too.
It's the quarterback.
Yeah,
exactly.
Quarterback.
Do you see people like succumb to it? I guess like people succeed and people fail.
That's why Jay kicks their ass off
for sure. I mean,
over and over again.
Things happen.
Well, that's the thing too.
How many people have you kicked off? Hundreds.
Kicked off? No, dude, not that many. Not that
no.
many.
It seems like there's been.
This is a good. This is a good. Let's stay on this. But then that's a good question.
Okay.
Yeah.
But no, with team stuff switching up, that's when I always think it's fitting for a brand to put out a video, because I think the full length video kind of is like a summation of your image, your riders, your look, whatever.
Yeah.
So when the team changes, I think that's always a good time.
Yeah.
And,
that's
and
true.
we always like the team does change. Like things don't work out or we freshen up or people move on or whatever. So
Which they have to.
That's something that's kept the videos coming.
What I like the life of a rider. You know, like you have somebody. I mean, I'll think of somebody like Aaron Smith.
Mm-hmm.
There's dudes that have been in like one of your videos,
rider.
dudes that have been in 20 of them, you know?
Yeah.
Like, and then there's people 5, 4.
Longevity.
Like, pretty interesting.
You have a Tony Hamlin who was a longer part of Kink, and it's like, what's the life of a rider? And you like, hey, I want you to be on.
I want you to be on forever.
Yeah.
I wish Tony was still on. I wish Sexton was still on. I wish Aaron was still on. Like they all moved on.
Yeah.
They
moved on first?
Yeah.
Okay.
Tom Dillon was so sick too.
Tom
moved on.
So
everyone's
Tom Dillon.
I loved him.
Everyone's mostly moved on, to be honest.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Which happens.
That doesn't.
Yeah.
What happened to market? You know.
Yeah.
Like, most dudes moved on.
Yeah. The only kickoffs have been relatively like, I don't know. I don't want to say insignificant because it's very significant, but just like I've had more good situations with riders just moving on, and I wish they were still here. Like, if Sexton kept doing his thing, he would still be here. Like, if Tony kept doing his thing and he wanted it, he'd still be here.
Yeah.
Daryl is gonna go on a trip with us like in 2 months. Like,
so
it's just like
just to ride and like have fun riding.
Tell me
Fuck
more.
yeah.
I think we're going on a trip.
Is he riding? No camera.
No, he's coming to ride, bro.
That's so sick.
We gotta film it. He's chilling. He's
coming.
He can just be a rider for the first time too.
He's a freelancer.
That's cool.
He's never got to do that.
Yeah, he's always been the filmer rider combo. So this is his first time coming on a trip.
He might have got to do that on props. The first Kink thing. That might have been the only time. I think he said that in our podcast.
Walter was shooting that.
I think he got to ride on that, and
He's
then
probably so stoked.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, this is what it's like.
I would put Daryl on blast. He's got to come on this trip. But he said,
"Yeah, dude, you're coming now."
Pretty sure it's full on.
That's cool.
You could almost do like a
reunion tour.
Oh, I wish.
Yeah,
doable.
Okay,
it is so doable.
Yeah.
That people would fucking love, and it'd be sick.
Yeah,
is it team related?
Yeah,
I don't know. It could be.
Why the fuck is Doyle off Kink?
Fuck, you gotta ask Doyle, bro. I begged him not to do that. I love you, Doyle, and you're my.
Yeah, I guess I never knew the whole scope of that either. S&M.
No, I mean he could explain.
I love S&M, but he doesn't seem like
he could explain it too.
He could explain it really well. I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, explain it shitty then.
Explaining it shitty was like, it's never easy to move on from any sort of relationship, and that departure from professional BMX riding wasn't easy for him or for his sponsors to like start that I don't know. Like it wasn't easy thing that we went through as far as like the accident in Albuquerque. Well, not an accident, like the heart thing.
Yeah.
Which led to just like things slowing down and eventually like things chapter 2 inevitably starting. That whole situation wasn't as smooth as we would have liked it to be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it was his fault. I'm not saying it was my fault, even though maybe it was a little my fault. I'm not sure. But
it was definitely like a bit of both.
It was just tough.
Yeah.
It was tough.
It was definitely tough.
It was tough.
Sucked.
That's all there is to it. It was tough for both of us to
navigate.
Get to that point. To navigate, exactly. That's a good word.
But then also like
it's a hard thing to navigate.
It's a hard thing to navigate.
Childhood dreams. Doyle probably wanted to do S&M, at some point. Like,
so
that's the thing. It's like a childhood thing,
So
that's cool.
S&M is sick as fuck.
There was a minor acute amount of animosity.
Okay.
And in the end, Mueller, for whatever reason, hit up Doyle like, "Hey, let's do a frame with your name on it."
Got him all stoked.
Doyle got all stoked, and
S&M to me is like S&M, please kill me. It's so different. Like, you know what I mean?
I thought it was weird. I begged him not to do it. But in the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. He's the homie.
Still doing sick turn downs, dude.
Seems like he's riding. He seems like he's getting back, like all of it. Like
he's doing good. Yeah, we still talk a lot. We're super close, and obviously all good, like on the friendship level. So he's doing well. He rides as much as he can, and obviously he's pushing houses, and he's got the 2 kids. His wife works during the day, so he's like with the kids during the day, and he's busy. He's busy as fuck. Yeah. He's deep into chapter 2.
Yeah, it's awesome. No, it's good to see him move.
But it hurts still. I love you, Doyle, and I hope you don't get mad at me for talking about this stuff. But it's tough. It's tough.
It's a tough talk.
But he's the man. He can do whatever the fuck you want. He doesn't know anything to anybody. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I wasn't.
Remember that invert he did off the tree?
I was just gonna say. I wish he was on that.
He's still on kink.
That
no
orange kink.
Still on kink.
Doing that tree to invert. That orange kink. I think the Albuquerque. He was doing a wall ride table too, right before his injury on an orange bike.
That was crossing him. Everybody's just crossing him out right now for Doyle. Just like for real.
He's the best. Yeah.
We love the S&M thing's cool, but just go back to the orange kink thing.
We'll make you whatever color you want, right? I'm like, dude, we get you a yellow frame.
I'm ready, dude.
The orange.
We'll do the same decals just with kink, dude. Fuck it.
For real though, Doyle and kink, the whole like revamp with you is like, that was a wall ride table right there.
It's iconic. This is
iconic. Doyle took a huge risk.
He did,
back in the day.
Yeah, like safety first, Doyle going to kink. I was like, Doyle's going to like a core BMX brand.
He took a big jump. He didn't know exactly what to expect.
Oh God, so brutal to this day.
I'm pretty sure this is like the highest viewed Instagram video that Ride had.
Really?
It just got views all the fucking time.
Because it's crazy.
Yeah, because it's awesome.
Awesome.
BMX riders love this shit.
Literally a billion views or something.
Billion.
Like I mean,
1/8 of the world watched Doyle do that.
There you are, dude.
It was heavy, bro. This is insane, dude.
What's the little homie's name who yells gap to people down there?
That's Jason.
Jason Owen. Yeah. That's like one of the guys. Is like one video dude. You have a few of those.
He was Sexton's homie. He was Sexton too. They were like
Florida boy. I think Jesse was telling me about Arizona.
Yeah.
Dude, where was it in there? Was it in safety first? Which one? Where's the?
Yeah, Jason's.
No.
Jason Owens. He's so
invert.
sick.
Oh no, that's intervention.
This might
all
be
the biggest shit at the skate parks too. Like savage.
It's trail riding too.
Yeah.
Intervention with the rap song.
Intervention is great.
Yeah, this was cool with the rap song.
Shout out to Doyle.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best. We love you, bro. It doesn't matter what frame you ride, dude.
The orange kink, though.
There's bad news because if Doyle ever comes and does a podcast, apparently we have to do a Chris Duncan podcast as well.
Oh yeah, there's invert.
Oh my God.
Lee Hopkins shot that photo. I think that's Lee standing up there.
See, he was
who was that dude? That guy down by the car. He was sick.
Jake Petrucci.
He was sick too. You have had so much talent.
He's another Rochester local.
Yeah, I love his swag.
And he worked there for a long time.
He worked
just recently.
He worked for
like the best 3 trees.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though all of them are, but that might have been his best one ever.
Oh, that was so good.
You guys don't have
it's crazy.
a trail transition rider anymore. That was one thing that was.
It's
like I was like
Santi Laverde, bro. He's a bad motherfucker.
I know.
Like specifically,
but Santi's definitely
Santi. Sorry,
Santi.
Laverde. No, okay, you can say that.
Well, you know why we don't.
He is, but like
because Doyle fucking left.
No, because that's someone told Jaden that he was going to get on fucking Haro or Call or some fucking.
We did lose Jaden.
He was off kink way before that.
No, I don't. That was our guy. He was our guy.
That kind of was.
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about that because he wasn't on kink when he was.
No, I don't know. I'm just fucking with you.
So okay, because
he was our guy for sure.
He could have been that guy.
He said something that he didn't fit in.
He didn't think he like fit in with the squad.
Did you say that to him?
No, I was like, bro, please think about this. Like,
Jaden,
don't leave.
Why did you leave?
You're like your begging voice proper.
I was
really, though, that would have made
sense. He called me. I was like, "Are you sure?"
I know he was your guy like that.
Sure, bro. But I mean, what it is. I don't know the full details, I guess. But he was our transition guy. But you're right. Now it's like there's no one like really dedicated to that style.
Jaden was perfect because he can go in the streets and still do whatever.
He was like our perfect guy for that. Yeah.
He can come back.
Yeah. We might have to edit this out. This part of this.
No, I think that's gold. Jaden.
He's a savage.
You didn't say anything.
Because I wondered that so much. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like,
what else should we talk about? Calvin, you are obviously doing a lot of BMX stuff. Are you doing film work outside of it? I mean, you're in the heart of LA. Like,
no, at this point, not too much.
Yeah.
Just focusing on BMX projects with Kink, with Vans, and my YouTube channel.
Okay.
Fuck yeah. Just the YouTube channel
BMX
fits in the big dogs.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, why not?
All through a night of partying with you because you were not down with YouTube.
I know.
We talked drank for 3 hours and he had a YouTube channel.
I'm like, I'm going to be a YouTuber.
You already are.
But yeah, I think just sticking to doing this stuff and then coming up with original ideas and concepts for the brands and I don't know, try my hardest, whatever it may be, like have some fun. Yeah.
Seems like that's what you've been doing since the beginning and it's working out great.
Yeah.
And you're what, 31, 32?
Thank you. 33.
33.
Yeah.
I think though you're a lot younger than people think because you're doing what you're doing.
Around.
Just and Jay as well, like starting at Kink at 19, like you both have like started as ambitious teenagers.
Yeah.
I've come a long way and you're both really young.
At Kink now it's like I feel like I'm just getting to the age where it's like I'm an industry type of guy, but it's like we started way too young.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Not even though, that's like huge to have all this experience and wisdom.
Yeah.
Because most people, they're.
But it's tough out there. I am getting older. I got the straight cable in the streets with the kids. It's not the same.
That's true.
Have you been asked yet? Like, do you ride?
Oh yeah, for sure. People get surprised even if I'm standing in the shop, a lot of people are like, do you ride? If I'm behind the counter or something.
Oh, yeah.
And I know you like street and stuff, and that's why the question came, though, about the transition kind of rider being on the team. Because
that's my shit.
I know.
Yeah.
Rochester.
And that shit will never die either. That's why I feel like Kink, Kink needs that.
I need that guy. Like, let me know if you got any hitters. Because we're always looking. But that's what drew me to Santee.
Exactly. I don't want to put him in that category, but he is going to be like the next sickest street rider. He's focusing on that. Yeah. He can.
Yeah.
But you can see where his passion is.
Yeah.
You can see where what he wants to do. He's putting that skill into the streets. Wall ride downside whip on a fence and shit. He's a hybrid.
Yeah.
He's a hybrid.
Yeah. We didn't really, for 30, we didn't really give him a chance to go to the skate park or hit trails. And we didn't have it.
Because LA, what the hell are you going to go to? Let's go to Brookhurst.
And it was just like,
done everything.
Let's just do these little spots and street spots, and he just had a blast too at the same time. It was no pressure on him. He just rode what he rode.
True, he still is your transition rider because
if we wanted to like
his
flip the
one hand
switch,
table threes or something
they're insane.
Like take him to a set of trails, he would have got 45
for that street part.
True,
because it was like a street part.
Yeah,
but wait till we get him on the trails.
Odyssey does that with him when he's come out. They got some like you guys got him in the streets the whole time, but take him to the Long Beach park that looks like a fishbowl and he'll get sick ass clips.
On his next journey to the US, we're gonna do a kind of a street trip, but I feel like we'll do something that's more.
We gotta hit FDR in Philly.
Yes, exactly.
He would shine there.
We're going to Philly. We didn't say that.
Yeah, we're hitting the road. So maybe.
We never talked about that. Sorry to derail, but you're also cinema TM now?
Yeah, I have been handling cinema stuff since Will Stroud moved on a couple years ago. I was kind of interim thing, like my focus and my heart really obviously lies with Kink, but I stepped into cinema stuff and just kind of have kept doing it. Obviously with like the ups and downs of the industry, it's like things have been a little different than we're used to, but yeah, it's been cool. Obviously the team's like.
Do you plan on like following that through for a long time, or do you want to find someone to fill that role?
I guess it just depends how things work out. Like it's not in the cards right now, that's for sure. But yeah, I mean, maybe, yeah.
I feel like the team is like super pro status anyway.
Well, that's another thing.
It's like 14 managers already.
It's not. They don't need a ton of.
That one's probably the chillest trip ever for you to manage.
The thing that really drew me into it was like, this is a crazy opportunity to go on a trip with these guys. Yeah. And I went and we did the Boston trip and I was like nervous and like it was weird because I was like, I don't know these guys super well. It's my first trip with, and it was like
they're like the amazing dudes.
That was like it was really special, like getting to witness them all together doing their thing. So after doing that, I was like, I'll probably just try to like do a good job at this for a while.
Sick. And you liked it.
Yeah, and now it's cool to try to get some younger like AMs mixed in with the squad. We've been hooking up some kids and Cole Volker out here. We put Julian on the pro team.
Mm-hmm. Julian's on the pro team. That's actually huge.
Couple
to be on the cinema pro team. Holy fuck.
Yeah, right.
That's a fucking stamp.
Yeah, it wasn't easy either. Like, to find people that I think that would work out, be able to jump in the van with those guys. And
Julian's a dude that fits because he's like. He is so pro, and he's not like any of those other guys.
Yeah, that's the thing too. The guys are untouchable. I mean, they're like icons. And at some point, we
and the other dudes that have been on and left were like Bruno and Lacey. It's like the team has only had all stars.
Yeah, so I think it's cool to bring in fresh faces that like kind of reignite that connection with like the regular rider. Because these guys are freaks, honestly. Like they're insane.
Circling back to Will, like you in a very short time, like Will and Daryl both were like, all right, I'm going to commercial video stuff. And I was like, oh, we don't like, kind of Chadwick was kind of in the same boat because he was the filmer for Shadow. And it was like, oh, I'm going to do non-BMX stuff. And it was like it felt like BMX took a
hard
hit when Daryl and Will moved on.
Yeah. I mean, not to mention the Kink and Blackout, like Kink and Cinema, we were like, holy fuck. Like,
because Will was the TM.
Oh, wow,
Will was doing TM video stuff. And obviously Daryl had his role with Kink forever. So that was crazy.
Yeah.
And it was all completely unexpected from both sides. And neither side knew how to broach the subject. Mm-hmm. So it was just crazy. Yeah.
Was this same year?
Mm-hmm. Same month.
It was 72 hours.
Same 2 days.
It was back to back.
Because I think I called Calvin and was like, dude, we need you to be the cinema guy. And you're like, I'll think about it. And then I called back like a day later, like,
you can't do that.
Bro, cinema's dust. You got to be the Kink guy.
It was crazy. It was literally it was nuts. Daryl like heard wind of, I guess, Will and his departure. He was like, I'm doing the same thing.
He's like, I got to call Jay.
That's why being a good media guy in BMX is huge because there's not that many. So it's like, you're always, like
scary.
You were the next guy. These guys quit, and you had like 2 job opportunities all of a sudden. It's like
in the back of my head, I always knew
there's a lack of
was a part of our operation already, and like
perfect.
I kind of always pictured like I never knew when the time would come for Daryl, but I knew it wasn't going to be forever.
Place.
Yeah. I mean, Daryl's so talented, and it's not that anybody else isn't talented, but when you've done it for so long, the other world starts to get like. It's like a genie or something. You're like, is it better? I don't know. And then you go over there and you're like, wow, I'm making so much money. And you're like, fuck, I hate this.
Yeah, it's
it's like, that's,
it's the real world.
I'm sure you've heard it from Daryl. Like, I'm sure there's parts of the job he really likes. And there's parts of it where he's like, it's a fucking grind. I don't enjoy it. I'm not interested in it. And it's like,
he's felt both sides.
Like you see this is me inferring, but like, Will posted that Instagram post and it was like recently it was like him on a log and he was like taking those moments in between to think about and I was like
I was like camera check Garrett Reynolds.
I was like he looks so sad and I was like come back to BMX Will. I was like you'll be happy.
Well, that's a cool thing about taking those big opportunities is like you can go there and then you could come back a little bit too.
And I think
what was a Mutiny filmer dude?
Joe's
Fuck, wasn't he?
Well, he ain't ever coming back.
And he left though, and then it was like
big time. He's a big dog. He's a big dog.
Yeah. But what he did though was like kind of change the game.
Well, you know what's a cool one? Like James cool. Cox is doing does BMX stuff.
Tell me I'm wrong. Look at this post.
He misses it.
Out here on the job site reflecting, sometimes I have to remind myself to appreciate the small moments on set and just sit back and enjoy the creative energy.
Will needs to
come back, Will.
That's not the Will face I know, Will. You are the happiest. Nah, I'm just kidding.
Will's the goat.
He just doesn't know.
I think there's
he's one of the funnest guys.
I can't understand or relate at all, but I think there's
I just see like those North Carolina woods and I picture like smoking
sad
and drinking with Will in the woods.
Love that.
His clients are going to like that.
He's going to come back.
I love you, Will. Obviously,
Will is one of the sickest humans ever.
Yeah,
it's just funny. I was like, I saw that photo and I was like, damn, He looks not having fun there at all.
I hear the real world is tough out there.
That's the real world.
I hear it's not that good.
Yeah, it's not that sweet.
Not easy.
Yeah. I've managed to figure out a little side thing where it's like the monster stuff, and it's like still BMX, but it's also pays
got a real world,
very corporate.
Pays the real world
Yes,
rate, and I'm in there, and it's like,
I mean, to have a good time and travel and stuff costs so much money, and to like make a little bit to do that for free, that's the balance, because you know what we get to do compared to what people have to spend so much money on. It's nuts. Like the traveling thing is so valuable, or even just the experience of being in a ditch with your friends all day, like fucking around and kind of making that into a lifestyle and a job.
Waste it riding BMX bikes. It's fun. Yeah, you're not wasting it.
It's the package deal.
I think it allows you to just keep a perspective that a lot of people don't even have access to. Like,
and some people think that's the most miserable, weird thing ever. But then some people, would give everything to somehow not work in their cubicle every day. And
it's not easy. It's not easy to get that opportunity. But when you do, respect it and understand it, and don't take it for granted. And know that it's a small industry, and we have to work together. Be respectful. And that's the key to the whole thing, to keep it going. And if you want to step out, you can too. But I'm not going to step out anytime soon. I don't know about you guys, but I'm having a good time.
I can't go anywhere. I'm addicted.
I think it's great. Yeah. I love it.
I think
I'll be the last BMXer on the fucking planet. If it has to come down, I can't.
You'll be up there with Dennis McCoy on the vert ramp at X Games.
The Dennises were like, they were still riding. Like, no one's rode a bike in 20 years. I don't give a fuck.
Muller said something really cool on one of the times that he was in here, when he's like, S&M will never die. Like, I could just be selling t-shirts out of the back of my van, and that's S&M. And I thought that was really cool.
Yeah,
like,
that's
it's true. Like, it can't die. Like, unless you call it,
I don't think the news
unless you can rip one of us off our bikes. There's 4 of us for life at least.
But I'm not going to say what the news is, but you probably know it as well. But like their modus, how their company operates is changing. Yeah, and it's like, and that's a representation of that. And it's like, he wants to do what he wants to do, and he doesn't want to like fight for every fucking nickel and dime anymore. Mm-hmm. And he just wants to like do cool shit. And that's what.
Yeah, he's another guy that doesn't have to prove anything to anyone.
Yeah.
Like, I don't always agree with some of the shit he says or does, but.
Yeah. And that's what
he doesn't give a fuck, and that's fine.
He was talking about, in the Magoo podcast, he was talking about who's the next generation. Who's going to fucking take it?
Yeah.
And it was like, and it's actually like dudes like you started a bike shop instead of a brand because you're so ingrained with kink. But when that time comes, when like Zach's like, hey, dude, you've been working with this fucking brand for 25 years. You want a healthy portion of it, hopefully, and you can continue to do it. Yeah. And then like, so
someone's I don't know how much him or the guys know about younger industry guys or me. Like, I don't have a relationship with him. I don't know if he knows who I am, whatever. But
he does. Yeah, of course.
He has a point, like, who is going to take this shit, but it's also like, well, there's a couple of us here. Like,
there are a couple. And it was hard in the moment for him because he was like, asking me, and I'm like, I don't fucking Robbie. I don't know. Like I think I said Robbie. He's like, no, he's our generation. Like,
those questions are always really hard right off the top of your head.
So, but like Garrett, Garrett is that. Garrett's that dude. Like, he started a bike company.
So many people.
Yeah, there's so many. So many. I mean,
it's all of our friends. There's so many people that like love it, but they're in their 20s.
Could happen at any
people
moment.
Anyone who loves it enough will be the next one. Even Muller, like, saying that, like, he's still kind of like that next generation to the guys above him, Always, and
he's
just in the prime of it right now, but he's not even. He's got
him
so
having
long
that
to go.
Thought. Yeah. He's like, I care about this, because I can't do.
It's a good
this.
thought.
I can't do this forever, and that's where he's coming from. He's like, I can't. I fought the fight for so fucking long. I want to just like hang out with my girls and like.
Ian Morris made an interesting point about that recently, saying like, there's not a lot of younger people creating stuff, creating brands, creating media outlets, creating whatever, like there was in the past.
Yeah.
And that's alarming. That's a little bit alarming, just to think that there's not a lot of young industry being added to this whole like stew.
It's because of the same fucking thing we were talking about with YouTube when I told Dennis, like, hey, you got to do it for a year. Like, at what point do you have can you put 100% effort into something for a year without getting a payout? Like in a certain sense. And it's like you have to have all these dominoes in order for to make that happen. And it's like, even when we started this thing, it was like lucky because we got at BMX and because we were who we were.
Yeah.
We started something on the literally the ashes of something else.
Yeah.
And so that was the reason why we could. But if I was starting from nothing, it was
That's
no way.
tough.
I would never be able to
2 years, any business takes 2 years.
Yeah,
to
and we
start
had like
profiting.
brands like Source and shit that paid the same amount of money that they were paying at Ride.
Yeah.
For less.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because they were like, hey, we want to see you this work.
Yeah.
And it was like, and it's like that shit was the reality of it. And kids don't have that advantage. So they're just trying to do something. They're doing cool shit. And it's like, they can't fucking do it forever. It sucks. And it's because the algorithm doesn't work for a day.
And then you're like, it's over.
And it's like, so it's difficult. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't see that same thing from kids. So, or there's gatekeepers.
I don't like the gatekeeper, Illuminati, Cool Boys Club. What the fuck is everyone talking about?
Who's gatekeeping, bro?
Who's gatekeeping? Who's the BMX Illuminati? Are we gatekeeping? Are they talking about who are they talking about?
I don't know. Yeah,
I think gates are open.
I don't know.
Send it. Like, if you want to,
some of the guys, some of the
order fucking a bunch of frames and pegs and bars, go do it, bro.
Some of the diehard kids,
Send it. It's not that hard. You can do it. Anyone can do it.
I don't like the gatekeeping and this cool kid club is not letting me in. Who are you talking about?
I think I could admit some fault. I'm not even saying like Illuminati, but like gatekeeping in the sense of like it's not intentional gatekeeping. It's like I'm at my fucking wit's end and I have no more room to show you love right now. That's like that's more of it. Like I just don't have time to like fucking put a bunch of energy.
Gatekeeping is protecting your assets though. Because if somebody was to be like, can you help me with manufacturing my product or whatever?
Yeah.
You're going to say no.
Yeah.
Because your definition of gatekeeping, or you're saying
I think that's what gatekeeping is as far as like starting a brand or something. But like just start your brand. You don't ask anybody, just do it.
Yeah.
Just go give it a shot and learn from your mistakes that also all these great brands that we have now have learned from their mistakes. You have to go through it too.
I would think
no one's going to give you a pass.
What people also think gatekeeping is like as a rider is like, oh, all these pros won't pick me up because they don't want me to steal their shine. That's
that too.
Another example of gatekeeping, what people think it is. And
people think that,
I think that was industry before us because the pros I know who are all the pros now.
Yeah, I feel like it's more
the opposite. No, the opposite.
It was more strict.
It was way more. When I was trying to come in, they only let me in because I would like shit talk with them. And like I was
you had to
raise tough. So they were like, oh, okay, he let him in. He's not, he can't, he's not going to like get pushed down by this.
Yeah.
But what I had to go through, and I'm sure the generation before that was harder because they had that, they were doing that a little bit down to me.
Yeah.
But our generation doesn't do that. We're like, please.
Yeah.
So I feel like as like a rider, like the gatekeeping thing is like, I want to fucking.
I feel out of touch when people say that shit. I'm like, who are they talking about? What are they talking about?
I think it's just a fun thing to say because gatekeeping is just like, I don't know, the Illuminati, the whole like, it's like a big, like.
If you're disgruntled with something, you can kind of blame it on the gatekeepers that may or may not.
Hey, that's kind of a cool thing for an industry though, that it's that big, that there's like, that's like politics shit.
I mean,
you know?
I don't know. There's got to be some element to it where it's like, I don't know, like
Fudger didn't post my thing. He's a gatekeeping.
No, I'm not saying.
No, that's an example.
I'm not saying
what
that,
people
but
would,
like,
our BMX is gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Stop. No, I know what you mean though.
In like judges at events.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a old guard, maybe not necessarily gatekeeping, but old guard not letting releasing their spot and going, hey, maybe I don't understand the level of complexity of modern day bike riding, but I like this gig. I like to be here. I like to get paid.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I get to be involved with BMX because I haven't been necessarily involved so much. I will say yes.
Yeah.
I think that's an example that maybe that exists, and maybe not necessarily like gatekeeping because they're not like purposely keeping somebody out, but like it's an old guard type thing. And it's like, I think that does exist in certain things. And it's like, even me, like, I don't want to be here at fucking 55. Like, I don't want to be here.
You say that now, but we don't know.
But then also you could look back and be like, I wish I could still be doing this.
Imagine when we were 25, we were saying we we're going to be here. Right now.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't know. You never know. You never know.
But right now I'm saying I don't want to be here.
We're not fucking over.
Yeah, like I don't want to fucking Like,
it's like being called a gatekeeper.
Yeah, exactly.
Dude, gatekeeping's sick.
Gate's too heavy. I can't even open it. I couldn't open it. I want to. I'm too old.
That's my end of gatekeeping rant.
Yeah. What else is there? I mean, industry, BMX. We don't really talk about the health of BMX. I don't know.
BMX is healthy as fuck. I rode it today with my friends.
I think it's healthy.
Don't worry, guys. It's not dead. Trust me.
It's good.
It's alive and well.
Good. Yeah.
If you think it's dead, I think it's time to look in the mirror. That's what I say.
That's
healthy.
true. Yeah. I think the act of riding BMX rejuvenates people. For
maybe
sure.
it's died inside of you.
Quote.
Exactly.
And you're projecting.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I mean,
fair play.
That's a good look into it.
The industry's going to do what it does. We're going to be here for it, good or bad.
Yeah.
Like we have been. We've seen anyone that's been in the industry long enough has been through ups and downs, sideways. Like it's all part of the game.
DMC is like the guy that I know who's been in the industry the longest with like actually paying attention to it. And he said there's been like 5.
Yeah.
He's been through 5
waves. Like, you know, like big ones, like dead. Like he's like, there was a point where it was dead, but we were fucking all meeting up at the jam, going as hard as we can, learning 900s.
Yeah.
Dead. You know, same thing. He was just saying, he's like, it was the most alive it's ever been. He's like,
exactly.
Different. Yeah, of course. Things are always going to change.
But he said those times were the best. Like for the people actually involved, he's like, that's when it was the sickest.
The most purest.
To, like, the big times, the do tours and the gravity games, those eras over here and there. He's like, that's a different thing, you know?
Yeah.
But like in the fucking valley when there's Swamp Fest and there's, you know, these crazy Oklahoma contests going on, like, that's the shit. He's like, those are the memories right there.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And look around. If it is dying, like you think it's dying, look around at the people that are still there with you and be like, all right, they love this shit.
Yeah, like,
like those are the ones that are like the passionate ones, and those are
the Project X shit looked like the most popping.
It's a lot of
road
people's
lives.
For example, everyone in my life, whether they're working in the industry, whether they're a professional rider, whether they just love BMX, like it's not dead to any of them. It's not dead to the people I associate with.
Yeah.
So that's just nonsense. Like don't let that shit seep in.
Yeah. More people are on bikes than ever, I feel like.
So,
exactly.
Yeah.
It's just different. Maybe it's different. It's a hell of a lot different than it was when I was 20, for sure.
Yeah.
But that doesn't have anything to do with the like aliveness of it.
It's all right. The
undeadness.
Yeah. You can get any product in 2 days to your door too.
Yeah.
By the way. So it's like we have everything. We have everything.
Yeah. Think about the amount of pros that you could talk about.
Shops. We have it all. We have it at our fingertips now. It's not dead.
Yeah.
It's what you make it.
The level of riding is insane. The products people are putting out are crazy.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say like the street riders, park riders, like the level people have taken. You said the level, but like the level in different aspects. You know, like it's crazy. It's like it used to be, you know, like race and flatland were the different things, you know, but now it's like park and street. Like everything is like there's like
it's crazy,
5 or 6 like completely different categories. Where it used to be like flat, race, freestyle.
Yeah.
You know, even when I first got into it, for the most part, there was like dirt jumpers, but it was more like, why do you just dirt jump?
Jumpers? Yeah.
You know, now it's like, there's nobody who just dirt jumps. Maybe there definitely is. There's definitely like real trail riders.
In Australia, there definitely is.
There's definitely
Australians dirt jump.
Australia and
that's what we do.
Uh-huh.
That's what we do.
Yeah, there used to be guys that were like only like they would like seem like they would just ride a 4-pack all day though.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not even like dirt jumpers.
It starts as a 4-pack.
Just trying to 3-whip all day.
That's an important, that's an important distinction is dirt jumping versus trail riding.
Yes.
I don't want to offend anybody, but
super soft landing for like trying tricks.
Yeah.
That's what we used to do back
the dude's backyard with like 4 jumps, and that's where they'd only rode that. There was nothing else to ride besides the dude's 4 jumps in his backyard.
Exactly. And you pedaled into that shit.
But now I guess it's like, it's just so like the park riding compared to the street riding. Like, there's people with like training facility, indoor, like that was never a thing either.
Yeah, it's
indoor
crazy,
training facilities that like everyone has. Like that's why park riding's taken.
It was like backyard ramps. The new backyard ramp is like indoor training facility.
Yeah,
but again,
that's true.
That's cool. It's different than before. But
I heard a rumor that Dennis is actually adding a foam pit straight in the middle.
No, you're not.
In the middle.
Oh
yeah,
the whole middle thing is just a foam pit.
Gator pit, the box jump.
The lips and shit don't even really work into it. It's all
a foam pit's still a thing. Is it?
Dude, that's like
it's what's crazy. Why is he adding that? An airbag.
Because now it's an airbag, right? It's just straight. Or is the
there's so many
micro mini.
If you see like
there's
so many with the Olympic shit, the countries they have like training facilities everywhere. You know, like foam pit, resis.
It's just like one.
Even like Kenneth's amazing park down there, and Logan's shit over here, and then the Australian hot box thing, and then there's like 20 in England and France, and the park riding thing's like its own sport.
Yeah, because they have like the same lip on 3 different platforms. So it's like foam pit, resi, hard, right?
Before the Olympics,
is that how they do it? I don't know.
Australia and England just built the whole course. They got a rendering and then they built the course.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, there's some crazy shit going on. Like that's turned that.
They
into
build the replica.
But then street riding's got so serious too, where like those guys are looking at it like, the fuck did that guy just go backwards down the Staples Center ledge? That's almost like 2 different sports. Where flat landing, is like, we look at that like, that's beautiful, that's cool, but none of us can really relate to that, can we?
No, that's a whole nother world.
Unless you're like Chris Irvin, the few couple guys in the scene that did a little flat landing.
Yeah, you know that reference.
Oh yeah.
you know, Jay is a early fan of San Diego BMX.
SanDiegoBMX.com.
Started internet videos.
See all those sessions, dude. That park with all the metal ramps. What was that park called?
Escondido.
Still there.
Still there.
Brandon
Turner, bro. Brandon Turner. Oh my god.
It sounds like really hot. Like a hot place to go ride metal ramps.
It seemed like
sunny metal ramps.
Oh my god!
I never got to ride it.
It's not even close to the ocean. That's far away.
Anybody playing at home, dude?
Hot out
there.
there.
People don't know Fudger started BMX blogging. I think.
Did you start
at the time? It was only like San Diego BMX and the S&M website that had internet videos.
Yeah,
there were the only 2 websites that I could go watch when I was a kid. And I was trying to watch BMX.
Plus must have had a site.
Dirt Bros. Dude.
Dirt Brothers did not have a site.
No.
Not
like you involved in that?
Yeah, but I made that site.
They had videos on their website.
It was like kind of the same deal.
Okay.
Yeah. But it was funny. Yeah, you just have to download it. I literally this is dating myself great because you put a floppy disk inside the camera. Like it was like a 3.5 inch one or whatever, not like the 6 inch one, but like the in between, and you put it directly in the camera, and I would be like, all right, go.
What?
Take it out and put it in the computer.
It worked?
Yeah.
That worked?
Yeah. And I bought that somehow working at the fucking traffic school or whatever.
So, he's got a freaking technology room.
Yeah,
look at this guy.
Funny. So it was
San Diego.
That's why I got
50 years later.
That's why I got the job.
612 years later. Here we are.
Dinosaurs, San Diego.
He made the first internet video, and now he's doing them weekly.
Yeah, before YouTube, honestly.
That's crazy. He started social media.
Yeah,
I remember going on the website, the San Diego BMX website, and being like, you stop videos at some point, and I was like, I would check all the time. When are they coming?
Yeah, it just stopped at one point. Like, just like
S&M did the same thing. They had all these videos, and then
just stopped.
Yeah. Why can't you keep going?
You know what's crazy about that? Because it resonates.
He was the first YouTuber. What the fuck, bro? You stopped. We had your fans.
I've had multiple people over the years be like, hey, I have all of them. Like on a hard drive, and they and they saved them and send them to me. So
they had it on a floppy disk.
Well, no, like they downloaded it, so it's on their computer, and
it was just like clips too. They weren't full edits.
They weren't really full edits, and towards the end, they were like we would do like edits and stuff.
But it was like chopped skate park clips.
Oh yeah, it was insane.
Just riding on the internet though was crazy. Yep,
Mike Gross, Brandon Turner,
is it still a thing?
Gary Fudger.
Yeah.
I don't know. Let's see if I
Irvin, that Steve Kennedy kid might have been young at the time.
Yeah, he wasn't involved in that.
Steve Kennedy.
Steve Woodward.
Steve Woodward too, might not have been on there. Yeah, he was young too compared to that. Because Steve didn't start riding till way later.
Motion.
Is this it? San Diego BMX?
No, these are like edits that we did.
What is this?
Hey, look, is that the Dallas Trail?
Archive. He's got the Vimeo up.
This one?
A little bit of.
So the Andrew Kalaki made this video. It was like a Chris Myers interview. We were like doing like real shit at a point. But it was like super prop style.
Damn.
There's the park. But I mean, I'm pretty sure the quality hasn't gotten any worse.
Yep, that's a little Dallas Trail.
Oh, wow.
The mini version.
Yeah. Aaron Barrett.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, you were just nailing the props vibe.
Yeah, I didn't edit. This is Andrew. So it was like...
Everyone should just do the props vibe.
But this is late.
Shit.
This is like...
Make a trend on TikTok. Let's do it. Props vibe. Props vibe with your friends at your local skate park.
Rode with Chris Myers last week.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
That's sick.
So Mike Gross was there too. That kid's 37 now.
That was me watching SanDiegoBMX.com. I'm 37.
Someone was strapping your helmet up.
Steve was in this.
That was me like
Steve Kennedy though too. Yeah.
Was he Steve Kennedy in this?
He's in there somewhere probably. I don't know.
He was like not that much older than me, but maybe.
Probably not. But
he probably isn't.
Yeah, he might have came way after it.
He did. But still, rest in peace.
Gazza Young.
Wow.
Yeah.
Couldn't ride the Dirt Brothers backyard because you had to be 18.
Really?
Yep. What? That was the rule after some kid got knocked out. Some guy got fucked up there and there was like, you got to be 18. And then I couldn't ride there because you had to be 18 too.
Damn, they had nannies at that park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I snuck into the one time everyone took me up there and they just snuck me into the mini ramp and I just had to ride like the Spine Mini the whole time.
Oh my God.
I don't want to ride this shit. I'm not going to ride this.
Trying to go to the plaza.
Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah.
Wait, where's it? There's a.
Well, we're on the history lesson here. SanDiegoBMX.com followed by MidwestBMX.net.
MidwestBMX.net is the reason why I started.
And then the come up.
There you go. Here's
there's probably so many more.
20 fucking years old.
That gap.
Where is that gap? That's a cool gap.
Sorrento Valley.
That's a cool gap. Right?
Yeah, it is.
Looks sick. Was it like an 8 to like 4 stairs?
Yeah. I think it's just been toboggan too.
Yeah, that's sick.
There you go, boys.
Ooh.
Eat shit.
Was that you, Fufanu?
Yeah.
Look at you.
Not a good loop, but that's all we knew existed.
Is this all you?
Yeah.
Yo,
Savage.
Fudger part. Proof of riding.
I don't know.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
Nice.
Front tire first. Emo music. Where
was
was this
good.
one? This
That was
one,
good.
this ledge, I had an art class. This was at the college, at Mesa College.
That's kind of crazy looking.
And
It's like on an angle.
I looked at it every day for fucking months. And I was like, all right. Because the run up sucked. The run up
You had
sucked.
to like turn.
Yeah.
jump,
And I was like, I fucking hate this thing.
All right, the first podcast is
dope.
over. Let's hit the archives.
yeah.
Right?
Go deep.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Ankle.
Your ankle?
UCI. Oh.
Yeah.
Did you have to go to the hospital right away? Or?
I think I just drove home.
Yeah. Yeah, we've all done that.
Ooh,
Yeah.
look at this one though.
Oh yeah.
This is when I didn't want to put it on the ride player, so I just put it on Vimeo, on my personal Vimeo.
Really?
This probably has. Does it have videos anywhere?
I don't even know if they do it like that anymore. I'm surprised that you managed to log into your Vimeo.
Yeah. No,
What is this?
am
Is
I
this
logged in? Oh yeah, I am.
How'd you manage that? I don't even know if mine exists.
I don't know. I have had 6 passwords my entire life.
Vimeo dropped the bag. Like,
yeah.
They had it all from the start.
14 years ago.
Yeah, they
YouTube
let
just
pass
swooped.
them. They didn't.
Swooped.
They thought they were going to be the ones. I think in this.
Yeah. Dude, I always thought, because we all started, it was Vimeo kind of. Like, I don't know. With
The quality of
first
Vimeo
videos.
was
It was
so much
that.
better than
Yeah.
Look at
YouTube.
this. This
Yeah.
is 14 years
Yeah.
ago.
No, Vimeo. I wonder if the people from Vimeo just went to YouTube.
Possibly.
Probably. They
Possibly.
probably hired them. Like, we need to make our shit better.
Just, yeah, something
One of
internally
the
happened.
streaming platforms for Project X is Vimeo.
Really?
It's called HX. It's got a different.
Huh.
But they don't
Yeah.
require cleared music at all.
No,
I feel like
it's
that- I feel-
industry people use Vimeo, like very like
Yeah. It's like
Hollywood
party-
production
party
style
ones, yeah.
stuff, like reels, and it's like kind of that level, like filmmakers.
I have to pee.
But for us, it's not a good platform. As far
Well,
as-
YouTube took over because they're like a social media video.
yeah,
hybrid.
exactly.
Sorry.
Wow, Harry main clips.
Savage.
I just want a Subaru.
You want a Subaru at this event?
Yeah.
Where is it now?
I want a dirt bike too.
Really?
Yeah, because the he gave away prizes for qualifying too. Like, so I qualified in first, and he gave me a dirt bike, and then got like a brand new WRX.
What was the
Winnings.
dirt bike?
Like a fucking sick brand new like 110 or something.
Really?
Yeah, and I had it for like a week. I like took it. We went out riding, and it was raining. We're out in the like out east a little bit. And I ate shit so hard I couldn't walk. So my friend had to drive me out. And I was like, we'll just get the dirt bike tomorrow. And then my knee blew up and I got staph infection. And I forgot about the dirt bike. And I was like, yo, can you go get my dirt bike? And my friends were like, yeah, we'll get it. And they never even went. They're like, fuck Dennis.
It's gone.
Yeah, and then I went back and it was gone.
Oh my god!
Dope ass dirt bike.
How were you given the car when you were in the car? Like
I just come to San Diego and then went to a Subaru dealer and picked it up.
No way.
Yeah, I gave it straight to my dad.
That's sick.
Yeah, he had it. He just sold it like a couple years ago. He had it for forever, dude. It was a 2007, and he had it till like 2021 or something.
That's awesome.
2022.
He really drove that thing.
Oh yeah! Prize you ever won?
Yeah, I never won a prize like that, you know?
That's a wild prize.
There's never really been a prize, like a guitar or like a wakeboard or something stupid.
But not a fucking car.
Fuck no.
Dude,
this was the sickest contest ever too, because so the dirt bike for qualifying in first place, you know how he found out who qualified in first place? He gave all the judges way too much cash, and they would just, every sick trick you did, they'd put money in your stocking. And so Dave just counted up how much money you made. So I made the most money and got the dirt bike.
Oh my God.
And then even whoever qualified last place got money.
Damn.
So it was like it was just like the most gangster thing that anyone's ever done. And
that's pretty
it was such a low key contest too. Like
there's no shortage of cash back then. That's for sure. What year was this?
2007, I think.
2007.
So like high school. But in Greenville though, you could drink. Anyone could drink. It was like a little college town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny. Anytime I bump into anybody that's like, oh, like I'm from Greenville, I'm like, Fight 19. Because the bar that everybody went to was 519, but it was like, I guess it was just notorious Fight 19.
Oh my God.
And they'd be like, oh my God. They would just like, I would get like this like reaction. Like, and that's where the afterword.
Whenever anyone says anything about like a good contest format, I'm like, if you have enough cash or anything, or whatever, just for every trick, just have like a button the judges can hit. Yeah. So it's like a live feed of like
tallies up.
Because that's what this was just that before technology. Because he was just he gave all the judges the cash and just put them in their stockings.
Just seeing it like drive up, like as
and then you're like, oh, he's beating him, you know,
getting stoked in real time.
Yeah,
I think that's cool. Actually,
that is a really cool.
Did Dares just do a truck to tape?
Who?
Dares.
Really?
I've never seen that from him.
He did. He did. On Durs.
Nice, bro.
Shout out to Durs, a frequent listener of the podcast.
Yeah, legend.
He's going to come and do it.
Super legend.
Though I think those are both lies, but
that'd be sick.
I would love a Durs podcast. I've asked him.
I think he's back living in.
He's in Venezuela. Yeah, he's in Venezuela. Yeah.
There was like 8 judges too. Mir probably gave out.
Oh yeah,
so much money,
so much cash.
Because I think like every trick he's like, give him 100. You know, like the stockings were last place was like, fuck yeah, dude.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Last place got like $800.
I was geeked out about the pre pump on the box too. Afterwards, like double whip, and then look at this pre pump. Like
still doing that to this day.
I've looked the same and been like the same height since I was so young. I think it's like 15 I stopped growing.
I always like this dude that
just hit the fucking
dude.
Max.
Look at the dude that gets rejected on the high five wherever he is. He comes in. Where is he? You get Nyquist.
Is it Brand? Is that Brand?
He read that nice though.
He's like,
I didn't see it.
Nice.
Wow, we're deep. We're in the freaking 2007 contest
we
footage.
are deep. Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
pretty sick
everybody.
to see.
Just a bunch of old heads out here, just gatekeeping.
Yeah,
I've been
gatekeeping this footage forever.
BMX is not dead. Let's watch Nora Cup 2006.
Range of Motion Street Trip, day 9.
Damn. We could watch that real quick, too.
Range of Motion, though. Shout out, Daryl.
Shout out, Daryl.
This is a good one.
This is like, so we had the, oh, God. Wow. Oh, this is a bad day.
Bad day.
Wow, what happened?
Well, like a good day, but like we all drank too much at my house.
At your house.
I don't know what this is.
Day 9 must have been
I don't remember
what the hell.
So we had one of those like,
what was that?
We had one of those like flip
what is going on?
Things.
Why are
there girls at the street spot? What the fuck is going on right
And that's like Simi Valley, too.
That's Simi Valley. I filmed this, so I don't remember that.
Was that the like Ellington Gap?
Yeah.
Carlsbad?
With the chicks?
No. It's all the way up in Simi Valley, but it's like a famous gap, too.
Is this Simi Valley?
This is some behind the scenes shit right here.
I don't know if this has ever been.
Is it that?
It's
Simi
deep,
Valley?
like past the valley.
It's
like
north.
Ventura East.
Oh, you're talking about like
this
up and out like past LA.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, I thought that was
where
one
this
down
spot
here.
is, right?
Yes, yeah,
So it's
exactly
not-
right there.
in that area.
It's near that.
Yeah.
So, which is weird. There's girls in thongs.
Just hanging out.
Yeah, what the hell is going on out there?
I don't know.
Not
was there.
Huntington
I filmed
Beach
it.
Vans contest
That's
or
like,
something.
that's where like all like the LAPD live, like their families and shit.
Mm.
Simi Valley. Fucking Tony.
Shout out Nair.
Just talking shit, dude.
Oh, one-eyed egg. I forgot about that. Oh,
Nice.
okay. Well, I'm
That's a
glad we
good little
brought that.
behind the scenes. Sick.
So we had
That's
those
so
like,
random.
We had those
Sick.
like those short-lived. I have a video camera that's like bigger than a phone, but it's like still small by the time, you know. And it was like a sponsorship, and so that's what all that was filmed with.
Oh, yeah.
And then, but it was like a 1 year or 2 year window because then the phone took over. They're like, oh, the phone films better now.
It's obsolete.
Yeah, what's it? Flip camera or something?
That's
I don't know.
great.
So
Technology's moved so fast. In the
Yeah,
last
that's
two
why there's like crazy eras of like where this shit's stored.
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, the 2007 era.
Little-
You don't know what the fuck there's. It was either in a
could be anything
DVD or
going
the filmer's weird
Fans
little
from
collection
TV.
thing he's got.
Yeah, I don't know,
All right.
dude. Oh, sorry, I'm all nerded out.
I gotta get access to this Vimeo.
Yeah, right.
I mean, you just search it. So this pool,
This is a single clip.
I think so.
Yeah.
This pool was Gary's now wife's friend was dating a guy that lived near San Diego State, and they were like, "Oh, bro, we got a pool in our yard." And we're like, "Oh, okay." And we went over, and it was covered by a deck.
That's a deck above it.
And we were
It
like,
looks like a
we're like-
ceiling.
and we were like, "All right, like." We're gonna go get some car jacks and we'll be come back. We got every single car jack we could find. And
You lifted that?
lifted the pool deck.
Damn.
Oh
Supported
my
it with cinder
God.
blocks.
That's what's up,
fucking
dude.
Crazy.
That is next level getting a spot ready.
And
prep.
they got kicked out for it.
That's fast and loose, dude.
You lifted a whole deck.
Yeah. Not even to get out of the
Does-
coping.
Hang on. So only you two know about that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It was fucking
Damn.
That is insane.
It was like, oh, yeah, we wrote it like 5 times and we're like, we were over it because obviously you can't do much.
Yeah.
in
I
it.
would have just
And
drilled a hole in the deck.
Well, you could,
Just
yeah,
cut it out.
we could get in, but then like
You
at
didn't
a
have the
point
height.
we wrote it and it was like, it was so
It was
low.
literally like-
you could do nothing.
Yeah.
And then so we were like, all right, let's go get cars.
I can't believe you
Damn.
did that.
That's amazing.
Smart. Because I would have just walked away and be like, oh, it's nothing. I can
Oh
do.
yeah, we were nerds.
It's next
Yeah,
level.
we took car jacks and lifted up the wooden cover of this pool, and these dudes, I was like, we randomly met. They got evicted for it. 15 years ago. Not a lie.
Yeah. Ruin their credit for life.
Went down the rabbit hole.
Podcast number 128, proof that Fudger really rides.
Yes.
We
big
finally
Gary.
proved. He always points at this bar spin.
Yeah, proof of bar spin right
No,
there.
Nice.
This
I
is
know,
the real
I know
proof.
you get down, dude. You come to K-Town.
That's a
I've
proper
seen
one,
the spots
too.
you've hit.
Yeah,
That's a proper knee
Get
pinch.
down.
Yeah.
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 Big old jump.
Disconnected the brakes.
Yeah, got
Yeah.
to.
Yeah. Don't want to be accidentally
That
grabbing
was
that
proof
shit.
of Dennis's El Toro whip right there.
Yeah, that is insane. That you shot a Polaroid of that?
15 years old.
He tried it.
break
You're
my foot.
He tried it like
crazy.
3 times.
You're
So
crazy for shooting a Polaroid. You're crazy for doing that.
He
Oh,
shot
is
a real
that
photo.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Okay.
Like somebody
I was
else
like,
shot
you
it.
brought a Polaroid to the spot. That's next
Oh,
level.
just a Polaroid.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's next level. That's risk
no
and
video
reward.
camera. Pretty old school.
No video camera.
No
No.
video camera. No footage.
that's-
exists.
It's
A
there. I
Polaroid.
can see it. I can see you trying that too. Like that's you.
Break my
You would go
foot.
there. At that age too, you're going to try it.
Or sure, I could tell if a
Got
10
it.
stare. I'm going to tell
Yeah.
20 stare.
Yeah, it made
Break
sense.
the fuck out of my
We
foot.
shot the 4 block at Claremont before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you got
like-
some steam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still 7 stairs less or something.
Yeah.
Crazy,
I just remember
man.
telling him, like, I was like, don't even jump it straight.
just go
Like, just
for it.
whip it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, I'm going to jump it straight.
Oh,
And he did.
I'm straight.
Yeah. I think he blew a
You
foot off
land-
on that
you-
one too.
No, I
it's
landed it.
so heavy that
Yeah.
landing.
That was the first
What
time
did
I
Brennan try down that? Did he try to
Bar spin.
Bar
Yeah.
spin.
bar spin.
Who?
Brennan tried to bar.
Oh, bar. Yeah, I
Bar
lived
did.
that.
That was a
too.
bar.
Yeah,
Oder
that was
3'd
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
Because those straight
Stevie
tosses,
trucked it.
Brennan's like dead cellar tosses were savage.
Blowing off the back.
Yeah.
It's heavy.
But he was like popping it. Like he was tearing that
He was
20
doing it
stare
for
into like
real.
a 25
I shot it.
stare.
I
And
shot
like,
it.
I was like
Fish eye. I shot a fish eye
hydroplaning, you know.
from the
I knew what I was doing,
That's
like racer
true.
style.
Oh,
Yeah.
When I jumped it, I was just like,
nuts.
Push through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you jump it before you tried nolling it?
Yeah, that was the dumbest thing ever. But nolling it made more sense because you're not getting any air. You're just floating it. But dude, it's so fast and so far. Like I couldn't hang on. I'm pretty big dude too, so it's not
Yeah.
easy for me to hang on to the back end.
That's why that set was cool, because it was like right on the borderline of like who can hold on.
Just too much.
Yeah.
It's crazy because it
sucks
made
it's
sense.
gone. You know, like there's not like that right now, because now there's shit that's like way too big.
Status spots.
You know, that was like the perfect.
So much hate, and it's like, dude, they have to exist for a reason.
They do.
Thing for
We're like the big dogs pulled up to it and left. Like fuck that.
Yeah, because I shot Dennis break his foot there. Mm-hmm. I shot Brennan get fucking broke off there. I shot Kaczynski get fucking broke off.
He tried to hanger that shit, right?
Tried to hanger it. It literally, the story I always tell is we were driving out before we even got to the freeway, and Kaczynski is in the car and he's got his like fucking destroyed elbows and he's eating rolled gold pretzels, like the fucking driest thing on the planet. And I'm making phone calls. I'm calling like Mike Perenni going like, hey, what was it like when you ruptured your spleen?
Just double checking, trying to figure out.
Because he was like, I'm not sure right now. And I was like, well, let me call around and see what it was like. So then we could like, because he fucking body bagged like 3 times.
3 times.
It was, he tried it because he came up short, you know, like, I mean, there was that one where he like literally bounces off the ground.
Yeah.
But then there was like 2 other falls. And it was brutal, dude. And so I did not have good luck at that school. Like,
I don't
then
think
there's
a lot of people
story
did.
where I forgot my camera.
You know?
Well, there's like Steve-O's 450 down it.
Yeah.
Dude,
Vegan's half
cab.
450 was viral before they were viral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you listen to his podcast with Kanode?
Not the whole thing.
He talks about it.
Oh, really?
He talks about it in there. And it's like, it's
So
cool to hear him like just say it, you know? It's just like, he's essentially like, it was fucking big. I just fucking,
Sent it.
you know, like.
Went for it.
Yeah. He's like, I've done big threes, but that was fucking big. Like, so.
Yeah, something about
anybody else would get in there would do the same fucking thing or worse. So
it's like, Biggs fucking
that was
wrote it down.
That was scary, dude.
What a crazy idea.
That was a crazy idea.
Yeah,
scary spot.
New El Toro needs to be found. That thing was awesome.
He was big on that.
Big, wide, like just too big.
Just too big with a little uphill landing, just a touch.
Yeah,
just too big.
Oh.
And the rail down the middle at one point.
Yeah, the rail down the middle was.
What else did I shoot there?
Gone by the time I went there.
Nollie over ice.
Did he do nollie over ice?
Yeah. No, he did nollie over ice.
But I just shot normal over ice in the plaid.
Nollie
he was also on an orange bike, green
that
plaid
orange
shirt.
bike was sick.
And then I shot Ian Morris do a double peg down it.
Yep.
And I shot Brad go up it.
He did. Yeah.
Tried to ice up it.
Yeah.
But double peg. And then I shot Corey do pegs bar. And then Garrett, but I didn't shoot Garrett.
Corey over lucky?
No.
He didn't do the outside one.
What
did he do? He did something up it though.
Up the bar.
Pegs bar.
Pegs bar up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was the United video.
Yeah. And then what?
That shit was still there.
Harrington did
at
pegs,
that point it was like too big.
Pegs down.
Yeah.
Which was crazy.
Deadline.
And he did the fucking sprocket over.
Yeah. That was brilliant.
Sign.
Harrington did grind over.
Yeah,
that's right.
My bad.
Yeah.
So
it was around the same time though.
Crazy. Yeah. Fuck that school.
And now no one goes there. It's done.
Yeah.
Like, it's done. But right now I feel like it's like if that was there, it'd be like, this is like the perfect time for it. You know, like people, besides not going to flat shits will always be like a little too big.
Yeah.
Where like maybe people could hang on. You need this.
Yeah. Now people can do shit on rails.
The rail shit.
The rail game for sure.
But then there's the kid who barred down it and then Stevie trucked down it like nothing. There's those people that.
Oh, that's something we never talked about. I went with Stevie the first time he tried to truck it. And he he wanted to 3 it or something. He just couldn't do it. I think it was like a full nothing.
Couldn't get himself to do it?
No, it didn't even go down it, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Like an hour or 2. And then obviously Davies switch ice down the rail. I shot that too.
So sick.
Damn, I need Davies
Iconic
photos out, huh?
Yeah.
They're in the garage.
Get those out.
Yeah.
Get those prints out.
Yeah. The AR film.
That thing was getting hammered on for a while.
Yeah. Yeah. There's
over the years, the hollowed by the name dig thing. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hologram.
That's right.
Yeah. Hologram. That's what it is.
That.
Yeah,
he did a whole thing on it.
Yeah,
those are so good. They did the Rincon one.
Yep.
And then like the Hastings That one's kind of weird.
Hastings,
like the Hastings, like double.
The double set.
Yeah, they know the history on that thing. Man, it's like, what the fuck?
Like, well, I've never seen that before.
It's like Lacey do a trick on that.
Yeah, the kinker. Anything else we want to talk about? I don't know. I feel like we can just sit here and just bullshit, but I don't know.
But this is what we do at a spot or like anywhere. Like, you know, we don't know.
This is why BMX isn't dead, guys. This is what we do every day.
Yeah. Exactly.
What's next, though? What's next? I know.
Kink's hitting the road.
It's hard to ask each of you that individual question, but together as Kink, you know.
Together, we're hitting the road in June. We'll be in New York City. We'll be in Philly doing different stuff.
Are these like shop stops or
No, we're filming stuff with Jacob in New York. He's got a signature frame dropping soon. And
getting him out of HB?
Yeah. Gonna be sick.
Yes.
New York
Everyone's
City
excited, including him.
Yeah, I don't feel like I've seen much of Jacob East Coast footy.
No. I mean, he's SoCal. School grounds.
Yeah.
So it'll be cool to mix up his environment, and we're gonna film a little thing with him for his signature frame that's coming out in like June or July. And then we're bringing the full squad to Philly. We're doing like 10 days in Philly. There's gonna be some AM kids, some vets, the pro squad, whole gang.
Sexton's going.
I wish Tony would come. He's only like an hour and a half away, probably, but
he could drive down. He could drive down and come kick it.
And then will this be a trip video?
Yeah, we're gonna put out trip video, just like
in betweens,
letting everybody know we're back out there.
Yeah,
get back on the trips.
Yeah, keep it going.
Yeah,
word.
So that's the future.
Yeah,
getting some stuff going.
Filming in 8K.
Nah,
in 8K.
Don't need to. Keep it chill. 4K is fine.
Hell yeah, though. Like kind of now the revamp, the new team.
Yeah, we want to keep the team together, keep everyone traveling together, like just doing what we always done, really. Just keeping it rolling.
Yeah, that's sick.
International? You guys going international now that you can?
Yeah, as soon as
his stuff's sorted.
As soon as that's sorted, hopefully within a few weeks, we'll see. But it's been half a year plus already.
We need to go somewhere else, so it's hard to not bring everyone to Barcelona and just stay with me and just keep coming. But like, we got to go do other shit.
Yeah, it makes sense.
So. Yeah, it seems like you could just get off on a different train station every day.
Well, my thing is just not. You could go there, just don't say don't even say where you are.
Yeah,
but.
Every train station you get off of, at least when like someone knows a city and they show you around, it seems like the train doors open and you're like,
oh yeah, you could go
new video game level.
New. You could go right now
and you stay the whole day on that train station.
You could film fresh spots out there, like if you wanted to easily.
Because everybody, for the most part, seems to just kind of stick to the same little area.
It's people stick centers. Just there's different types of riding going down out there where maybe some spots don't get hit that they would maybe if they were here in the States, and different styles of riding happening out there for sure.
Is it just Spain in general? Because I know Malaga is like a tiny little mini Barcelona, and it feels like there's
honestly Spain is
spots
stacked.
everywhere.
Like Europe is stacked.
Yeah.
I mean, just the architecture, everything about it's just a little bit different than the States, and seems to be like for spot wise, it helps. I think Italy's too old. Italy's no good.
Well,
the
for street riding, but.
I have a question that I feel like is
I didn't see that much stuff when
is viable to ask you. Is that you've lived in Long Beach, you've lived in Austin, and you've lived in Barcelona, which I would say that most people, San Diego, Long Beach, Southern California would be the top 3 places to live for BMX.
Yeah, it was the BMX cities.
Yeah, which is there? I mean, what's your take? Having been at all 3.
I was at all 3 at such different times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for example, Austin was really cool, but I missed like the heyday of Austin BMX. I was there for like the hangover of that.
No T1 ramp.
It was going away.
Yeah.
But I mean, Austin was cool. Long Beach was a really special time. There were so many of us. We like the whole King team lived out there.
Yeah.
The ride guys lived out there. The come up guys lived out there. That was a cool time.
It was a drama-filled time.
It was a drama-filled time, but it was a cool time to be in Long Beach in Southern California. There was a lot happening. So that was really cool. But when that kind of faded, I left, looked for something else. And obviously went to Austin, kind of found what I was looking for, but I kind of just kept moving. And Barcelona to me just had everything. Like I said, it just lives up to the hype. Like everything you've heard about it is true and more. On and off the bike, honestly. Like,
yeah.
It's just a cool place. But I like all of them. It was not my mission, but I like to live in BMX cities. I like to be surrounded by riders, stuff happening, spots, skate parks, so I liked all of them really, but different time.
Have you ever done the count of how many countries you've been to?
No, I feel like it's not that crazy. Maybe 40 or 50. Is that crazy?
Good amount.
Yeah.
It's crazy for a normal person.
30,
for Brad Sims, no.
Yeah.
But
Brad's ripping through.
But for a normal person,
I've had passports pages fill up and had to get passport pages added. That's cool.
Impressive.
Yeah. But no, I don't know. I like all those spots. All the BMX has been cool. Just different times in my life and BMX's life.
Yeah.
Cool.
Surprised you never tried San Diego. It's too close to Long Beach. You already kind of.
Yeah, I was just SoCal'd out.
Yeah.
I think driving and.
We don't call it SoCal down here.
I don't own a.
this isn't SoCal. This is San Diego.
East Coast.
Yeah, that's up there.
I haven't owned a car since I left Long Beach.
Oh, wow.
So that's been.
Even in Austin?
That's
nice. I had the Kink van and a motorcycle.
Okay.
I had the Harley. I had that motorcycle.
But there's a hell of an asterisk on there.
Yeah.
It sounds like
taking trains and shit. Taking Ubers in Austin. He's like, well, I had 3 vehicles.
But SoCal burned me out a bit on driving.
Yeah.
For sure.
What I like about
Austin, we know about that. LA shit.
Austin to an extent, but what I love about Barcelona is like you're on your bike every day. Like your bike is part of your life. Whether you're riding a spot or not, like you're on your your BMX riding, like
that's what I think is like a street.
Do anything.
As a street rider, it's the best place I've ever been.
Yeah, it's just
you walk out
bike.
and the whole place is just rideable.
Yeah. It really is a part of your like daily life there.
Your bike is your legs.
Yeah, it's just like
you don't feel like a weirdo pedaling down the street.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, here you're like, whoa.
You're gonna see other riders.
I feel weird. I'm like, dude, I'm fucking old pedaling down the street.
It's crazy going to other
They think I'm a tweaker.
Yeah, people are like, you need some money.
And like the normal roads are like 3 lane.
Yeah, it's crazy going to
it's like little freeways everywhere. You're like, fuck, it's scary to ride around.
It's so normal to see tons of skateboarders, a decent amount of BMX riders, just normal all day, every day.
Yeah.
And then you go to other places, and you're like, I'm the only one in the entire city here on a bike. Like, it's totally different.
Yeah. Makes people drive to the skate park or whatever. Like, bikes are in their cars.
Yeah.
Crazy. Well, I appreciate all you do. All you do.
Thanks, man.
I mean, fuck. 30 Project X. So, I mean, we need you guys.
Hats off to the new chapter of Kink, another new chapter.
And upward.
Yeah, exactly.
We appreciate everyone's support. Honestly, like for everyone watching, just paying attention at all. It means a lot. It means the world to all of us involved. Out of the office, in the office, on the bikes, everything. So
cool. Yeah. And thank you for everybody that stuck with us. We're a little bit of a random episode.
It's just a random.
That's what happens.
Hey,
I lived with Jay for fucking
you guys
4 years. 3 years.
We haven't had many collab style podcasts like this where it's like 2 people that like we've had guests sit in, but this is like fuck, like this is our opportunity to do both of you guys in the podcast. So it's like we're gonna get watching Fudger's pool videos at some point. We're gonna go off the fucking
path.
Go down. Yeah,
it was
watching
good.
Dennis win a Subaru 14 years ago.
Dude, the Subaru,
his dad still drives it.
He sold it. He sold it.
He sold it. Yeah, you're in the bathroom, but
sold it. I don't know what he did. What he drives now. It doesn't matter.
Let's see.
You saw it today. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
It's that unknown.
My dad's a mystery man. He's always doing something.
The last couple times I've seen Kenny, which is like a couple of years now, he always had that Kink hoodie on.
Oh yeah,
I think
he was wearing it like yesterday. Connor's like, nice hoodie.
It's there's one of Connor's.
Yeah, my dad goes, I got it from my best friend.
I love when I see him in that hoodie. So
my dad's so funny. Yeah, he rocked the Kink hoodie. That's his fucking hoodie.
That's what
I love that.
Stuff.
Hell yeah.
Thank you guys.
Thank you, Jay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Dales. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Calvin.
Anytime you guys want to come in on another podcast, you are always welcome, of course.
Yeah.
You're always welcome to Fudger's house.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate you.
Come on over.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Just kidding. This is a studio we rent,
Right.
Lovely place.
Sorry about the fucking smell of lacquer.
Dude,
like, holy shit.
What, in here?
Like,
I like it.
This thing.
I smells
I like it. I'm a fan of it.
It's like a new car smell.
It's that.
Yeah.
Like,
you just lacquered this the other night?
I didn't notice
well,
anything.
I put polyurethane, but then I fucked it up because I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait long enough.